right here.
Now? Now. Right now.
Now.
This second now or before now?
Before now. You dumb, sexy
Before now.
bitch.
I still love my favorite one when I was fucking with you with these. I still love, it's like, I hate you, speak. What's up, everybody? Welcome, guys, gals, and all sorts of beings across the multiverse and the interwebs. It is episode number 39 of No Bucks Given right here on the Horny Goat YouTube channel, and of course, the Horny Goat Podcasting Network, where you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platforms. This is the show where we talk about anything and everything that basically we can get our hands on. Anything in the world of sports, news, entertainment, and just whatever the fuck we can find on the weird ways of the interwebs. You guys know me. I am Connor, Mr. Marvel 613. Joined with me.
That's your problem.
No, you're good. Just keep going.
I was on a roll, damn it. No, I wasn't on a roll. I am joined here by the wonderful members of the Horny Goat crew here. Of course, I've got with me the power couple. I got JP and Heather. How you doing, fam?
He's deaf, apparently.
I can't. It's not you. I got
me.
a ringing in my ear. I got tinnitus. I'll make fun of my disability now.
I will. Because I am a piece of shit.
I mean, have you not been paying attention to this show and how often we say Detective Downs?
I can't hear anything. My ears are ringing. I have tinnitus. So it's acting up pretty strong.
It's tinnitus? Or it's tinnitus?
Tinnitus.
I love how you talk to JP at any given moment, and he sounds like he's like a fucking 80-year-old because he's like, I got this, and it's acting up pretty bad right now.
He inches closely to the old man yelling at clouds a little bit every day, just a little bit enough to get there.
For his birthday, we're going to Spencer's and getting him that over the hill cane that has the honk on it, the basket to carry the pills, the whole works.
You need to put a warranty on that thing.
DIY it with the walker we got for his dad because that's on our front porch right now.
Yeah.
Walker.
Just make sure you get
Texas Ranger.
Make sure you save the receipt. We've got also everyone's favorite bear from upstairs, Canadian basement, with the most disturbing icon I've seen him use in quite some time.
What's up, bitches?
Fucking horses.
What's wrong? You don't like her? You don't find her attractive? You don't want to twiddle her toes?
I can't quite put
I've
my foot on it.
I've always been attracted to things that look like they should have hooves.
Yay, good trick.
What?
Yeah, don't you have hooves on your feet?
What?
Yeah, exactly. That didn't make sense to me either.
My daughter was showing me a magic
She should
trick,
have hooves
asshole.
on her feet.
All right?
Hello? She looks like a fucking horse face. Like, oh my god, I made a joke. You guys, I hate you all. I hate you all.
That being said, we also have Gina with us. How you doing, Gina?
Hanging in there, dude. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
So
definitely hear you on that one. So we got some wonderful people joining us in the chat as well. Of course, we got the usuals. We got Jurgen, we got Alpha, we've got Oru Shinshu joining us. Thank you all for tuning in as always. So it's been an interesting week, 2 weeks. I can't fucking don't ask me for every memory stuff. So yeah, how's everyone been doing?
I'm perfectly fine.
For once.
I see that.
I got my foot in the game.
So what did I miss on episode 36, 7, 8, 9 of No Bucks Given last week?
I don't rightfully know.
We're in the same boat.
She's trying to make Foxy moon the camera.
She's doing a good job. You want to get it now? It's kind of creepy.
Guys, it's going to be Alpha's birthday in like 10
Oh.
seconds.
Shit.
The big 3-0.
Yep.
he's in Louisiana, so it's literally 1 hour. And
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
just saying.
We'll try to keep an eye on the time, Alpha, but keep us posted. But yes, happy early 30th birthday. Glad you're spending it with us at least in the wee hours in the morning. But yeah, no, nothing happened to me this week. It's been very, very quiet. Nothing crazy has happened to me whatsoever. But how's everybody else doing?
I got drunk last night.
Yeah, you did. That was a fun. That looked like it was a fun time.
Oh, yes, it was. I discovered a new drink of Southern Comfort and ginger beer.
Mm. Ginger
Ooh,
beer
that
is
sounds
like going to eradicate my
It's
throat.
dangerous.
that sounds dangerous for sure.
Ginger beer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Doesn't have
doesn't
soul.
even sound good.
Ginger beer is actually pretty good.
It was very.
Is it Dad's ginger beer is what it's called? I think.
I don't know.
I know if you put vodka in with the ginger beer, then it's a Moscow Mule.
I've had those before. They're pretty good. But ginger beer, I find like by itself is too much to handle.
Like too tart or just too powerful?
It's too powerful
Okay.
a taste. The ginger
Just
is
like a ginger.
I'll tell
overpowering.
you one thing. After having 4 or 5 of those, I think it was, my system's clearing itself out thanks to the ginger.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I can now breathe everything again.
Mhm.
I can smell things from other dimensions.
The thing that came out her ass.
What?
That's what sex is for.
Sounds like a horror movie.
That-
It's October. The thing that came out of her ass.
Never mind.
I got it.
Oh man, we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. So if you guys want to join along in the conversations, you guys know the drill. Most of the stuff that we'll talk about is listed in articles in the description right here on YouTube. And also, if you listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio, we're all over the place. I finally, literally, just as we were about to get on here, caught up with all the podcasting stuff, so you guys can listen to all the episodes of No Bucks Given from the past up on our your favorite podcasting platform. Also, we will be back with hopefully Marvel Roundtable on Monday, and we'll get back caught up to speed, which we're actually getting really dangerously close to catching up to everything as far as Marvel goes. Which, holy shit, still can't believe we
accomplished that in a year.
I still have to watch all of Hawkeye.
You've got to.
I'm lying. I watched it all.
I was about to say, fucker. We've pushed it for 2 weeks.
I've watched it all.
So if you guys want to check it out and give us ratings on those things, that'd be also greatly appreciated. Plus, since it's a better time to talk about than anything, we fucking broke over 500 and 600 subscribers in a very short amount of time. So, woohoo! Fucking A!
Yay.
Eat that fruit by the foot.
Why do I sound like you right now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been a rough fucking fast day. Give me a break.
You sound like yeah, no, I understand.
rough fast day.
You sound like drunk Fonzie.
Said a rough past day.
Oh, that's not what it's. I think you said rough fast day. I'm like that. What? That.
Oh, I mean that too. Whatever.
It's understandable. It's a rough week for multiple people, but
Oh yeah.
What else can we do?
But I mean, holy shit, we went from like hovering on 430 to now we're over almost over 630 subscribers. So, woohoo!
48
On the
hours.
road to 1,000 bitches.
And once we get there, I will murder everyone on live
No, he
stream.
won't. No, he won't. He doesn't have the balls.
I will collect the balls.
He doesn't have the patience. Not even the balls. He just doesn't have the patience. He's like, nah, no, just fucking.
He's like, it's too much effort to push this knife into your chest. Can you do it for me?
We just went over 30 minutes before getting on here about details about our fucking general manager mode. He's not gonna have any fucking patience to want to be able to kill anybody on a live stream.
Like, Gina, can you do me a favor and just like run at me while I hold this knife straight?
Can you just pull up that Excel spreadsheet again?
Hold the knife right here on the floor. If you could just fall on it.
Yeah.
Then it's suicide, and I'm not in trouble.
You just want those suicide boots from fucking Futurama.
What's that even mean?
JP is leaving the stratosphere.
No, I heard everything you said. I fall on the knife. You didn't say, but you're holding the damn thing.
Yeah. Well,
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have to hold it.
I can create a mechanism that holds it there.
Yeah, but then you still liable for murder, dumbass.
Very calmly build that mechanism to put it
It's
on
another knife.
Hold the knife straight up and then just go
I'm
over
gonna
to Gina and say, look, the knife is right here. If you could just go, boom, that'd be great.
Two knives holding the third knife.
If anything, that would put you at like 1st-degree murder instead of 2nd-degree murder. So sure, go for that basement.
Well, technically, it was the knife that did all the work. It
I will
wasn't me.
construct a hole filled with knives. Something will happen. Either you'll
Oh
die
my
because you can't
God.
escape the hole, or a knife will puncture you.
It could be
Either
in
way,
poisoning,
I win.
almost. Like maybe a good poisoning.
So, I mean, I'm kind of like happily, pleasantly surprised we passed over the 500 subscribers. I was hoping we were going to do it before end of June, but I mean, shit, I'll take October 1st. That's fine by me.
Exactly.
It only took a blood sacrifice from you.
Yeah.
just a little blood set. No, it's not a lot. I honestly didn't think I was going to be in as good a shape as I was after everything, but I'll talk about that another time. But since we're now past 500, the next major milestone's 1,000. So should we brainstorm on some things of what we will do once we hit 1,000?
I told you.
Or like besides the blood sacrifice.
Your balls will be mine.
I think if we reach the 1,000, I think merch should be.
Yeah, I know we've talked about that so many times, and we already have. I mean, Jesus, how many fucking catchphrases things already saved for merch?
I still say the best phrase we have is "mistakes were made."
I mean, we say that like Basement says that like every other sentence.
Your channel slogan, for God's sakes.
I'm gonna make
so mistakes were made.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a beanie, but you know how like those ones where kids have like pom poms? It's just gonna be like lifelike testicles.
No, they're just it's sad bears.
No, the testicles would probably work like that. They would probably sell, unfortunately.
It's the same people that buy big metal balls for their truck would buy this.
Yes.
So.
And that's just about every farm boy that lives out here.
I would buy one.
I got
Just so that
I'm just grabbing my nuts.
Look at my balls, and I can like wiggle my head while they dance around on my head.
Oh,
Look,
God.
my
Well, if you guys have suggestions, hit us up. If you guys have suggestions in the chat or let us know on social media for anything you guys want to see us do, I point towards Basement and JP specifically. Let us know. You can hit us up on Twitter and, of course, here in the chat and comments, and let us know if you guys want to see us do anything crazy for hitting 1,000 subscribers.
It's just a fourth of this thing. Sorry.
Oh, God.
You right there, Gina?
Put on your science goggles. And
We haven't even fucking hit any of the topics yet, and we're already just deteriorating. I just see JP going like,
Listen, oh God, that's really sour. Oh. Oh God.
Get into the gummy.
Oh my fuck.
All right, let's get to the topics. God damn it.
I don't know if we're gonna need to. I don't know if we're gonna.
Topic number 1 and go.
Come on, Gina, you got this. Come on. You got this. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. It's all good. You're fine. It's all good.
That's how girls always look when they're around me.
Gina, you look like you're having a bad poop. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
It's so sour, you guys. Oh my God.
Oh,
So you know what helps is if you have more.
Mm-hmm. Have some ginger beer
I'm good.
and a boiled egg.
You sure?
Oh, for
Oh my
fuck's
God.
sake.
So there's a couple of interesting things that happened this past week, and again, you guys can follow along the conversations in the description here on the YouTube channel. Might as well get this one out of the way. Fucking Coolio passed away. Okay, that kind of was a little out of left field. 59. I didn't read. I did see like when it broke on social media. There's no. Did they say what his official COD was?
I think he was like taking a crap and just that was it.
Okay.
I know he was. I know he was in the bathroom, but like.
Okay, so like the official autopsy report has not come out yet, but the preliminary report is basically he cardiac arrest. He had a heart attack while he was sitting in the shitter.
This
So
probably,
I love how professional this is.
Went out like Elvis.
probably wasn't the best choice for this topic.
Well, I mean, what else do you want me to
No, no.
Yeah.
In terms of
That
this,
gift was not
in
the
terms of
gift,
the,
the best choice.
in terms of the gift.
Oh wait, I didn't see the GIF. Hold on.
You can't. You can't.
Hold on.
You can't not do it.
Let me see.
What the fuck is going
Why?
It was between this and like some weird blue room. This was obviously the winner.
Yeah,
No,
clear.
like this is how an angel gets his wings.
There must be a lot of bells ringing around him right now. Then Jesus Christ!
God. Oh, that GIF is great.
I'm taking a gummy now. I can't take this.
So there I was.
What?
So there I was sitting on the show, and all of a sudden I see.
Coolio trying to take off with just his hair.
I mean, his hair is fucking iconic. Like the thing I remember most about him is his hair. I remember Dangerous Minds, but other than that, his hair was like a statement and a half.
Everybody
It is.
was like,
I
this
think
whole
that's the
week,
half.
everybody's like playing Dangerous Minds and all this stuff, and like I understand that was like his most well-known song, but for me it was 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor, gotta get up to get down. You guys remember that song?
Is he talking to his barber? Or?
I don't think he has a barber.
I don't think so either.
Like that was the song that I remember him for the most, because that was the song that I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, I wasn't like a huge Coolio fan, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, me neither. Gang-
Dare you guys?
Only
Yeah,
song I
yes,
remember
yes,
him-
yes, Gina. Be shocked at a predominantly entire group of white people on this thing not being a fan of Coolio. I know it's
fucking
hard
white.
to.
I'm white and I'm Irish as shit. I'm like fucking pale as fuck, but I was a Coolio fan.
I mean,
I know, what
wasn't,
I'm saying
I
is
wasn't
that-
not a fan of him. I just didn't have like he wasn't someone I listened to a lot. Yeah, like I listened to
knew
other
him-
rap music, just not Coolio.
I think like
I
most,
knew his Keenan and Kel song. That was it.
I knew
I
him
think
from
that
that
most people-
and Gangster's Paradise because
Yeah.
obviously Weird Al parodied that, and I'm a huge Weird Al fan. So
Well, and I was gonna say the majority of people are gonna know him from Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah. JP's hiding. It's all right.
So it
So
won an award, right? That song won an award.
I
Yeah,
think he
An
won a
Academy Award.
Grammy, right?
I thought it won an Academy
yeah.
Award for like music in the
It
movie.
won
Find
a
out.
Grammy, and I think it also won an Academy Award for the music in the movie. I know the movie itself
The movie was pretty good. I
won a
liked the
bunch
movie.
of awards.
Yes, the movie itself won a lot.
Yeah, Dangerous Minds.
Was it Michelle Pfeiffer? Who was the woman in it?
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer. right?
Michelle
Michelle Pfeiffer, yes.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She was the teacher. I was trying to get everybody to act right and get themselves out the ghetto.
So
The black
Coolio
woman.
has won or did win 3. Oh wow, no, he won 2 Grammys. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, 1 Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance for Gangster's Paradise. He won American Music Award, a bunch of MTV Music Video Awards. Nothing for
I think that's.
Nothing-
I don't know if the soundtrack. Then I guess I remember the movie getting it talks for Academy Awards, so maybe it was just the film itself, not the soundtrack. In which case, Coolio wouldn't be mentioned at all.
No, but I'm just trying to see what movie would it be from or
Okay.
for.
Dangerous Minds.
Oh, duh. Okay. Shows you how much of a fan I am. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but,
right. He
I'm
was
looking at the chat.
Oh my god.
They're
He was
down
in
the same
fucking
place.
Batman and Robin. Forgot about that. He was in fucking Batman and Robin. Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah, just to show you how much of a psychotic I'm raising, my daughter found this at Spirit of Halloween and needed to have it.
Oh, God.
It is a pen.
It can also be used as a knife.
and now this video is being suppressed. But yeah, it just kind of like one of those. Obviously it's a tragedy that he passed away, especially at the age that he
it's
passed.
pretty
And
young.
it's one of those like it's another one of those celebrities that's like, oh my god, so and so passed away, and it just kind of
Don't.
maybe I mean I don't
Already dead.
want to speak on like Gina's behalf because I know Gina was probably a bigger fan than us, but where it's like, oh my god, this cultural person who was an influence in our lives is now
Yeah,
gone.
and,
It's like God.
people in my area, like back, especially when like Gangster's Paradise came out and stuff, like he was huge here, and even like he came like close to here, a town that's like 45 minutes away. Back in like I want to say it was like 2016 or something. He put a concert on up there, and the place was like sold out. So he was still a huge, like he still had a lot of fans in this area, but yeah, for me it was just more like another one gone from our generation, you know? That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I saw it too. I mean, again, not hating on him, or not that I was like super mega fan, but yeah, pretty much that's the way I felt about it. How about you guys?
Yeah, because like DMX died, what was it, last year?
Yep.
You know, and now Coolio, and like I think I made a joke on Twitter, and I'm like, somebody find fucking Dr. Dre and keep him safe.
Well, about
Dr. Dre almost died too, though, because he had a like massive stroke or something, and he like barely survived that.
JP just got up like he was gonna go take out Dr. Dre's. Like, about that.
I got places to be.
right.
Yeah, I think it's weird for like DMX and him both young, or youngish, I guess.
You also gotta look at what they did during their earlier lives.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, but then again, they're not alone in that way. You've got like fucking what's his face, fucking
the
Fish
celebrity
Lips,
world.
fucking Fish Lips from Aerosmith. That guy is 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, with and you know, with like this fentanyl shit being everywhere, I would not be surprised. Like we're already starting to see it in Hollywood. Like you're hearing more and more celebrity deaths from fentanyl because like they're all like doing their cocaine and shit.
That's what got Omar from The Wire, or Chalky White.
Yeah, it's literally fucking everywhere. Like my daughter's school, we just got a paper home from the school this week because apparently there's this big warning about fucking candy or pills that look like candy that are fentanyl pills. They made them fucking look like candy, and apparently they're in our area. So gotta watch out for that shit.
Now you can't people that were doing like cocaine or heroin, I'm gonna say relatively safely, but kid, like it's not the option. Now it's
Well, no, because you just never know when it's got fentanyl cut into it, and like there's no way to properly measure out that fucking fentanyl.
just like a tiny bit of fentanyl is enough to fucking obliterate.
Right.
But rest in peace, Coolio.
So make sure you do your fentanyl safely, is what we're trying to say.
Don't do fentanyl at all.
Yeah, don't do fentanyl. We value your life.
Otherwise, your hair might look like that guy.
Man, this is way
Look
before
in the mirror
fentanyl.
and see your hair doing that.
Is this the end?
No, he's flying like it is.
I know JP's wishes he had that hair. So, next up on the list, I know we have a bunch of it's kind of a little all over the place, but this one made me tilt my head a little bit because I think this topic is going to bleed into at least for me, two other subjects that we're going to talk about here on the show. This one thing about Warner Brothers apparently about their subscriber counts, and they were like lying about it. So there's a couple of reasons why this is interesting, and I'll get into this in just a second. But the main story for this one is Warner Brothers cooked its HBO Max subscriber numbers by as many as 10 million and misled shareholders in other ways that violate the Securities Act to complete its merger with Discovery, according to a class action lawsuit that claims it could potentially represent hundreds of thousands of plaintiffs. Lawsuit was filed last Friday in New York. Discovery stock, which accepted in trade for its pre-merger Class C common Discovery shares. At the time of the merger, Discovery shares were valued at this amount. The lawsuit names Warner Brothers Discovery CEO as defendants. Warner Brothers did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The lawsuit says that among several other adverse information being kept hidden, the merging companies overstated the subscriber base for HBO Max. So for those of you who don't know what they're talking about, there's obviously this big merger that's coming in with Discovery now merging with Warner Brothers. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, and this is obviously a major problem because this is falsifying information based off of, to make themselves look good for the merger, which this could have a lot of ramifications for not just the merger, but in terms of entertainment as a whole too. So, whoopsie.
with this happening, it could mean that HBO Max ends up being no more, and I will be one very pissed off mother if that happens.
If
Yeah,
anything, I
especially
would
where
see. I don't know.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know if I'd see HBO Max being no more, but I would see. I don't know the scope of what could potentially come down upon them because it seems massive in terms of falsifying numbers and having like board members be led astray and that's their money. The whole thing could fucking crumble down into pieces. And WB is already having multiple issues with their own fucking products. I feel
Yeah,
like
so
HBO Max isn't like HBO Max. I don't know. Like I don't have that here. HBO Max. I have HBO, but it's part of something else. So I don't know
um
like how that
it,
is.
there's a bunch of different ways this could go. This could result in the whole merger just being nixed. It could be a situation where they restructure and resettle, or not resettle, renegotiate the merger. There's a bunch of different ways that it can go, but the bottom line is that this is not good, because it basically puts the ball in Discovery's court. Like Warner Brothers does not look good from this.
No.
No, duh. But this can go in a million different directions. I think HBO Max, without looking into the specifics of the numbers and everything, I don't think this is going to make HBO Max crumble. I think this will just put strain on the merger and possible other things that I've heard, as far as other things, as far as their business goes. It just really makes them not great right now. So it's like, yeesh.
I'll say one thing.
Right now, Google is saying that HBO Max has 76.8 million subscribers as of right now.
Well,
So
I'll
it's-
say one thing for Warner Brothers. Them having to be financially conscious a lot more than they were in the past is probably a fucking blessing in disguise. They fucked up franchise after franchise. It's like, come
Oh,
on,
God,
man.
really?
Think before you act and put something good out there in the world. You can no longer be just throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks.
I mean, for them to take Teen Titans and then make Teen Titans Go,
Well,
what are you thinking?
that's I think that's a different conversation, because I've
Sounds like
warmed
a
up to
toy.
it, but
For them to
Wow.
take Teen Titans and say Teen Titans Go, available at Walmart.
So just to kind of give you guys a heads up right now, because I wanted to quickly Google this real quick just as a point of reference. Right now, as far as streaming media services right now, the top four, or rather the top three, are Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus. They all have over Disney Plus actually being the bottom of the barrel with 152.1 million active subscribers as of right now. Amazon Prime at 200, Netflix still at the top of the reign at 220.
I think Disney Plus is actually the worst of them all.
Yeah.
In terms of content.
Well, but
That's
Netflix,
just on subscriber count.
Well,
yeah.
One of the reasons why Netflix still has as many subscribers is because they did eventually do the tier option where you can pay less and just have like commercials.
Those are just the top three out of all of them. Then you go underneath that. Number 4 is HBO Max and Discovery. Then after that is Paramount and Paramount Plus with Showtime. Then surprisingly, YouTube Premium is actually underneath that.
I think people just don't want ads and don't know about ad blockers.
Well, then goes Hulu, Apple TV, Peacock, and then you get into like the specifics like ESPN Plus, Stars Play. I'm just looking through this list here. BET Plus, like the more, those are more definite niche. Yeah.
Centralized.
But so still to be number, basically like the number 4 out of the big ones.
What's your favorite?
I'm surprised that Discovery Plus isn't kind of up there because of how many women love to watch fucking true crime.
Yeah, who knows? Well, it's also niche. True crime is
That's true.
Yeah.
But
what's
your favorite?
Plus isn't just true crime. Like they got a bunch of shit on there, but
what's your favorite of the big? I guess 4. What are we looking at? I would say HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Disney Plus.
I would
That's a toughie.
HBO Max.
No, I'm just saying which one is your
Prime.
favorite. I'm just listing them. I'm not picking
I'm
one.
listing my order.
No,
out of them.
JP killed me. I would disagree with this list.
No, I laugh because I know he didn't hear you. You're like, Basement's like, what's your favorite? And JP's like, I disagree. Like, I don't like any of them.
No. I heard the whole thing. I know what you were doing. I wouldn't even put. I personally would put Netflix on.
Oh, Netflix is like number one.
Netflix is number one.
So,
As far as in
only
terms of
reason-
total subscriber count.
yeah.
The only reason why Netflix is number one is because of like Stranger Things and Cobra Kai and
They're-
those shows like that they have.
They're also like a
So-
household name now because
And
they were the
you have to
beginning.
remember, it's like YouTube. Sometimes I know you're still paying for it. Some people just forget that they freaking have it, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
I think
a lot of people use different emails, so those numbers are skewed. Yes, they are. Well, they're getting their money.
I think Netflix is the reason it's the highest is because it was the beginning. And you're gonna get a lot of people that like were like, oh, I don't even know what streaming is, but then they got on Netflix and they just kept it. A lot of people get certain like cable packages in the past and just kept it.
Yeah, and
Actually-
like, you have to remember Netflix didn't start out as a streaming service. It actually started out
DVDs.
as
Yeah.
DVDs that got sent to your home. So like me personally, I had Netflix back then where I could just get DVDs sent to my house, you know,
So did my
and
mom.
I just kind of kept it along the way and kind of followed it as it eventually progressed to being all online.
Hey man, when Netflix started, it was nothing but like A+ content.
Yeah. Now it's fucking bottom of the barrel.
Well,
See,
Yeah.
and
It's
I
got a
think it all
mixed
depends
bag.
on what
heavily mixed bag.
I think it all depends on like what you like to watch too, because like if you talk to like Austin, he will not let me get rid of the Netflix because that's like the majority of what Netflix and HBO Max. That's what he watches.
I mean, this might paint me in a certain light, but personally, like when I open up all these different ones, I've kind of like Amazon Prime is the cheapest and kind of delivers multiple things. Not only do I get like fast delivery, they're less like the others in terms of like really pandering to like the weird ways the world has gone. I'm not gonna load up Amazon Prime and see how it like every time I open up fucking HBO, it's drag queens all over the place. Every time I open up Netflix, it's like, have you checked out this entire channel we have dedicated to LGBTQ plus or just nothing but black people content? I'm like, black people content? This is any movie I've ever watched. Like, if black people in it, like I hate the drive of like, check this out.
Yeah.
Watch what the world is telling you.
Well,
Like that kind of pissed me
and-
off with those providers.
And Amazon Prime, it has so many other benefits outside of just the fucking streaming service. Like you said, you get faster like service if you order from Amazon, and then there's a couple of other perks that come with Amazon Prime as well.
They have probably
Free shipping.
the least amount of content compared to the others, but like there's certain shows that I've seen on Amazon Prime that I absolutely love, and most of them are devoid of like mass. Yeah, The Boys. I watched that one with Chris Pratt. That was good. Like they're devoid of
you know
like
which one-
huge pandering to like
Yeah.
the weirdness of the
redid-
world.
Reacher. I really
Reacher
liked,
was
they
pretty
redid
good.
Reacher, and I really liked their like the new one. I fucking hate the Tom Cruise one, but I love the new one.
Yeah, because apparently like Reacher in the books or whatever, he's supposed to be like this
Super
fucking
tall,
guy.
like, super tall
Thor-esque man,
guy, yeah.
and it's like, you know what? I think we'll get 5'3" Tom Cruise. No, but like outside of, like content-wise, Prime is not the best, but it offers the most for the money amount. I would say content-wise, HBO probably has the best overall content. Netflix probably second. I think the worst is Disney for me.
I agree because like Disney very very seldomly do they actually put out anything new that an
Well,
adult is going to like
they-
to sit down and
What
watch.
about that new Hocus Pocus movie?
What's that movie? I
They-
swear to
well,
God, don't
they're-
even get me
they're like-
started again.
They're hyper focused on Star Wars and Marvel, so
Nostalgia.
like they'll give you that, and they'll give you all the. If you have a kid, they're probably like great. They do have some pretty good original shows that are hidden and not really. The problem with Disney is it's
You know
so
what?
marketed to kids that like they have this 18 plus content that's not bad. That's like lost within
Yeah, but you know
that.
what? Like,
Where you can also access the National Geographic shit through Disney Plus.
yeah, and like you can get the bundle with Hulu, and Hulu has actually quite a
Hulu.
bit of shit too.
Hulu.
So
They do.
Just a fun thing
See,
to
for
say.
me, it's HBO Max, Disney
Okay, I
Plus,
have to
Amazon
potty. I'll be
Prime,
back.
and then fucking Peacock.
And then Peacock.
Oh, I don't have Peacock.
I
Oh,
got
it's
rid of
not
Peacock.
calling
I'll be
Kennedy.
back.
It'll never be available in Canada.
Good. I fucking hate that bird.
So
Well, it's funny.
The reason that I say that, the only reason I say that is you don't have ABC, CBS, NBC, or Fox.
We do have
Here.
Fox.
Oh.
Okay, well, NBC.
I mean, we have access to most of those channels, but I don't think it's going to come here.
Right. That's all I'm saying. That's probably the reason why there's a delay, or it's not a big market there. And those ABC, they
No,
don't care.
like a lot of the things that Peacock has is geared towards American audiences, therefore it will not come here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's the only point I'm trying to make. Sorry.
No, you're right. Connor,
tough for
what do you
me.
think is the best, or what's your order?
It's tough because each one has like, there's not one that's like a go-to for me. I mean, obviously I'm Marvel, but it's not like, you know, even I know that Disney Plus has, each one has its strength and each one has its own flaws. So it kind of just depends on what you lean more towards. I think Netflix used to be fucking banging, but now I feel like it's like there's little slivers of things because it's mostly I feel like Netflix, I mean, they obviously make original stuff, but I feel like their original stuff is not as
Good as it used
well
to be.
known. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously there's like Stranger Things and other things like that are obviously exceptions to what I'm saying, but other than that, yeah, I think I feel like Netflix is just mostly like, hey, here's the here's the cesspool of it's what's the fuck the phrase, the land of the misfit toys. These are where all the IPs that aren't anywhere else are going to be just dumped into for everybody to access.
Netflix made a huge mistake, in my honest opinion, when they put so much money into live action anime adaptations. That was almost a nail in the coffin for them.
Yeah,
they put a lot of money into that, and they were all shit.
I tend to lean a little bit more towards Disney, all things considered, and it's only because I feel like, as far as for me, and not necessarily for everybody, there's a little bit more of a balance there, but obviously Disney leans more towards kids, and they're starting to lean more towards, like, you know, we just had the Deadpool stuff, which we'll talk about in a second, the X-Men series that, you know, adding up, because now they have the Fox library. So for me, it's Disney, but I say that with you know, knowing, like, parentheses, asterisk, like, I know that it's not the pick for everybody, and I know there's a lot of other options that might be better for others.
I'm gonna throw up a poll in the chat to see what the chat thinks, which one is the best. So I got the 4 options on there. We're all pretty different. I don't know what Gina, did you say which one? No, she went to get eggs. So when she comes back, we'll get hers. I settled on. It's weird because like content wise, Amazon Prime is not the best. But price and what it offers and the little content that I do like on it, I'm gonna probably go with Amazon Prime. Then I'll probably put HBO,
Disney,
then Netflix,
I still
then
think
Disney.
See, that's the thing. HBO and Disney to me are so fucking close, personally, in terms of like the quality of what you're getting plus the original stuff, and like it's a nice mix of everything. Like, to me, HBO and Disney are very neck and neck for me personally. As far as
HBO didn't have content from when HBO was the basically they created new television.
Yes.
But if they didn't have that grouping of content available, then they would lose a lot. But they have that there. So the amount of series that are like award winning and absolutely great, for me, it's got to be HBO for the content.
And Disney obviously relies more on the nostalgia and the foundation that brought them to the dance, which I can't blame them, you know.
Yeah,
because everybody thinks
I just don't like Disney's not bringing me much with the new stuff that they bring out. And I'm not saying it's terrible. Some of it's decent, but like they need a bit more.
Speaking of which, Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3 is right, but it's not just Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3 is the big one.
Wolverine too.
But you guys, do you guys forget that this has already happened?
What?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
In what regards?
Origin.
I don't recall that movie. No. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I was using this as a shameless way to transition to the next subject. But the next subject is that Deadpool 3 has been officially announced. Not only is it going to be Deadpool's introduction into the MCU, but will also feature Hugh Jackman returning to reprise his iconic role as Logan, also known as Wolverine. Which, fuck it, I'll be very honest. This excites me because I think it's gonna be a lot of fucking fun. I know that Hugh and Ryan Reynolds are like really good friends, and I feel like they're just gonna have a fucking blast with this thing.
This movie is going to be mostly ad-libbed between the two of them, and you know it.
Yeah, there's not much. You really don't need much of a story here. But I am excited just off the idea of like you could literally throw them into New York with no major adversary and just have them be their characters and just have them have fun. Fuck it, it's gonna do great. Marvel has quite a lineup for 2024 as far as movies. So for those of you who don't know, they've got Captain America 4, the Thunderbolts, this, and then Fantastic Four all in the same fucking year.
Yep.
I can tell you right now, the Captain America one, don't care. Maybe if they shine a bit more light on what it's gonna be, then maybe.
But I get that. I know the Cap America thing is obviously more of a me thing, and but in terms of announcing Wolverine coming back, there's
I think it's gonna be that movie will be a lot of fun, and I think this is exactly what Deadpool needed, because
Yes.
I enjoyed the first one and I did enjoy the second one, but not as much as the first. I'm gonna say, it was still a good movie and everything. It's just like if they're gonna bring it into the MCU, they need to come out with something big. And since they've been hinting from fucking day one that Deadpool's in love with Wolverine, it'll be a good payoff. All that matters, like they have the recipe for success. Can it translate into a movie that's pretty good or very good? It's to be seen.
I think it'll be good at the very least. As far as very good, that's going to be. We have to see what like the writing is going to be like and blah blah blah. But I think
it all depends. Do you think that they're going to give a lot of creative control to Ryan Reynolds?
They did for the last two.
Yeah, but that's not Disney.
I
don't think they will. I agree.
I think they will. Well, to an extent. I think.
I mean, you look at the success of Deadpool 1 and 2. You kind of have to fucking say
right.
Disney Plus and Fox have already put it out there. Deadpool 3 is still going to be rated R.
Yes. The thing of it is that, and this is something that I've always. This is something I'm very curious about myself, just from like behind the scenes. Is I'm always curious how much Feige has control in terms of the individual movies. Because obviously now the MCU is fucking absolutely insane with the amount of movies and shows and stuff. So you have to figure that like someone's like, Feige's trying to like steer the course as far as we're going in, X direction. And there's probably liberties they can take with certain things and whatnot. And so I want to know like how much to answer your question, Basement. Yes, I think they're going to let him have creative control to an extent, to where as long as we go into this lane and we're staying in this direction with these characters, or this is where we're going to end up at the end of the movie, fuck it, who cares? Because I think Feige and Marvel, for all the mistakes they've made, they can make some good ones especially with this movie, in my opinion.
My only worry is the humor that Deadpool has used in the past versus the humor that MCU is using currently. It's ooh. Yeah, I feel like this has to be almost like a hands-off. Give it to the people that made the first two, and just throw a MCU sticker on it.
That's what I think they're gonna do. I think this is gonna be one of those things where it's like, is it MCU? Yeah. But by like the end of it, it's gonna be like Deadpool's gonna be as quote unquote squeaky clean as you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, we're gonna still do the fan service, but we're gonna get to this point and we're gonna, one last hurrah. I don't give a shit. I think
the other question I have
it's gonna be fun.
We know it's gonna be rated R. Is it gonna be what Deadpool has been in terms of R, or is it gonna be a subdued R? So that we're gonna have some swearing and a little bit of gore, but do you think they're gonna really like put the diaper on?
If I was a betting man, it's gonna be the middle. It's gonna be a middle road. I don't think they're gonna go full blown R, or if they do, it's gonna be like PG-13, where like they drop one F-bomb.
Well, I think they're going R, but I don't think they're gonna go like we've all seen fucking a variation of R-rated movies. Some I'm like, this needs to be rated R, and in the past it could have been 18+. And then there's sometimes you look at it and it's like, this could have been a PG-13 movie, but I guess they overuse a couple of swear words and a bit of gore, making it R. I worry that it's gonna be a very soft R.
No, I don't think it's gonna. Well. Let me put it this way: Deadpool 2, right? With the exception of some language, and I think there was only one scene that I feel like was not like that they could have is when he's killing all the guys in the bathhouse thing.
Mm-hmm.
You take that out, it could have been PG-13. I think that's gonna be like that.
But I mean, I think people, especially with Wolverine being in it, the last memory we have of Wolverine is from Logan. And that is definitely a rated R movie, but that is also, that movie is like, I would say rated R, but not like super hard. And it's definitely like a mid R. I don't think we're going to get the level of violence that we had in Logan.
No, I think it's going to be mostly verbal. I think it's the R-rated stuff is going to be mostly verbal stuff.
Which I don't mind, but like, I mean, people want to see fucking Wolverine Berserk. Come on.
Oh, I know.
I'm hoping.
I mean, who knows?
I think it'll be.
You know what they'll do? They'll do a soft R, and then you know what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna release the
unrated cut. Yeah.
Yep. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. I mean, shit. To be honest with you, I know. This is me being the fucking corporate shell. I don't give a shit. I think it's still gonna be fun. I think that Hugh Jackman and
no matter
Ryan Reynolds
what,
are
it'll be
have
a fun movie.
Fun with it.
Even if it was PG-13, it'd be a fun movie, but it would be a kind of a slap in the face to the last two Deadpools, and it would not garner the viewership. Like I think they're actually going to get more people watching it being full-on R than they would if they downgraded it to PG-13.
Agreed. And I also think, let me just say this. Thank God that we didn't do the first two Deadpool movies yet for the roundtable, because the amount of fucking Easter eggs in those. I actually just rewatched Deadpool 2 like a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of crazy how many like references and shit, because obviously Deadpool is self-referential humor and it's very meta. But I think that, as much as Marvel has made, and I should say Marvel Studios, as much as Marvel Studios have made like mistakes and successes, I think that if anything, that they'd be smart to understand. Okay, we're now entering a new realm where we're bringing in. It's not just that we're bringing in like these new characters into this larger world. We're bringing in characters and actors who have established successes with these franchises. So we can't turn the people. We can't turn away the fans that brought them to the dance, but we have to incorporate them in the right way. So that Deadpool is going to be the big question mark as far as how they're going to appropriate it. And I think that knowing them and probably Disney to an extent too, is they're going to be as safe as relatively possible with that. So But I don't think it's going to harper for me personally, it's not going to harper the film experience,
Well,
in my opinion.
The way I look at it is they're doing themselves a disservice if they just don't follow suit. Because if they get the R rating and they go soft on everything, who the fuck is that for? It's not for the people that watched the previous two, and it's not going to be for kids because people will be like, it's any adult's going to be like, it's R, you're not watching it. They're not going to label it. It's R, but soft.
That's why it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with this, because like almost every other franchise, right now that Marvel is getting a hold of now that Marvel is reacclimating all their properties back, right? Now it's going to be an interesting question because Deadpool is really the redheaded stepchild here, in the sense of you don't know, like he's the wild child where like you could fit almost every other franchisee into the MCU and slide it into their presentation, their slot, you know what I mean? Without having to really work too much about their character. Deadpool is the exception to that rule. So, because they can do that with Fantastic Four, they can do that with all these other ones they've acquired, and even the X-Men and all that stuff. But Deadpool is a big question mark. It's like, well, okay, you're going to do the Deadpool 3 to satiate the fans and bring him back full swing. Well, now what? You're going to inject him into Secret Wars and have him like cut him off before he says an F-bomb? Like my point is that it's going to be very interesting in how they're going to handle him, not just this, but like going forward.
He will be
Thunderbolts, I think.
He will be situational.
And
he will be. There's always going to be a method to hide the shit he's going to say. Like I can see it happen.
There's always going to be a method. Sorry.
I also
it just came back and I thought that's what you said, but go ahead.
I also believe like this Deadpool movie is going to be like a trial run for future R content, and when I say future R content, I mean Punisher.
Yep.
Specifically, and there's a couple others out there that could fit that role.
I predict that this movie will be, as far as the Marvel movies that come out in 2024, I think this will be second only to Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four will blow all the other ones out of the water. I think Thunderbolts.
I have little to no interest in the Fantastic Four.
They
are like the most boring motherfuckers. They're like the most boring fucking team.
But if they introduce Doom, man, fuck.
I don't know. Fantastic Four is just like they're dated. They are dated superheroes, and I don't like it.
But
like unearthing the fucking 60s to be part of modern age.
But Heather, what do you think about the Deadpool introduction and all that stuff?
I'm excited for it, honestly, and I think because of the fact that they promised that they weren't going to diminish the shine that is Deadpool, I think it's going to be a hard rated R for this. So I think because they know Disney knows Hugh Jackman, and Disney also knows Ryan Reynolds, so they know what they're getting into by letting them do this movie. Period.
Well, and not only that, but if you watch any of like the promo stuff that they've already done for it, like a lot of it is very much R-rated, So I think that the movie itself is going to be a hard R, but I wouldn't be surprised if something happens towards the end that kind of tames down Deadpool a little bit going forward.
I feel like if they weren't going to go where they need to go with this, I would actually see Ryan Reynolds probably drop out of it. That's where I feel, because I mean, look what happened with the mistreatment in the first. Like, he wants to go through that again. Like he's been through a couple superhero flops, and would he really like want to go through another one when he's so passionate about the actual character?
Well, yeah, and I mean, he puts a lot into Deadpool, and I agree with you. I don't think if he didn't like the vision of where this was going, I don't think he would have signed up to do part 3.
No, he wouldn't have.
This could also be the final swan song for Deadpool too. I mean, in terms of, yes, he's part of the MCU. This could be the end of Deadpool. This could also be Disney's ability to kind of like etch a sketch fucking the Wolverine character. It's like, oh, it's not going to be Hugh Jackman. It's going to be chicka 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 chicka. this variant, and this is you know what I mean, because now with the multiverse shit, they can do almost anything they fucking want to.
One thing I do like also is with this Deadpool movie, they specifically said that this is going to be before Logan happened.
Yeah, they came on and they were like, okay, so like all of you are losing your shit, so let's explain. And then what was it? Logan doesn't happen until, what was it,
2029.
At 2029. So they're like, obviously this is going to be before that takes place. So Logan is very much still alive.
It would be between like young Logan. It'd be like middle of the road. Like he won't be old Logan like he is. But I mean, it'd be interesting to see. I was gonna say, never mind. It's out. It's gone from my brain.
So, real fun little factoid, and take this for what it's worth. Ryan Reynolds did tweet this out at the beginning of 2021. He said, "It's critical to have open, honest, and healthy discussions around mental health. By retweeting Bell Let's Talk, you can make a difference." In case it's not enough, before Disney bought Fox, Deadpool 3 was going to be a road trip between Deadpool and Logan, Rashomon style, for real. Whether or not that's real or not, but either way, fuck, I'd still
see it still being real. And then just fucking shit up all across America.
Feige also said that he set a pretty high bar for the movie, comparing it to fellow MCU threequels. How do we elevate in the way we've been able to do it with Civil War, Infinity War, and Ragnarok? Man, I think this thing's gonna be fucking insane no matter what.
The one thing I think that's going to like blow everybody away is the fact that it's now a Marvel property. Therefore, you never know who the fuck is going to show up. No longer will he go to like X-Men Manor and be like, "Oh, they're all in one room. Where the fuck is everybody?"
I do love that joke.
Yeah, it's great and it works with like within that film's universe. But now, like, you're probably going to see a bunch of other cameos throughout. I'm going to say like I don't think Deadpool will be used very heavily in other products. He might have like a very small like show up and.
Like I said, Thunderbolt or Secret Wars.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I could definitely see him fitting into Daredevil or even Punisher.
I mean, if Punisher goes Punisher goes R, then yes, please, Lord.
Punisher, from what I'm hearing, Punisher is going to be R.
I don't think they've announced anything on it though.
No, like they've been talking about it, and like from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be R because they said it's supposed to be very, very similar to the one that was on Netflix.
They better get fucking Bernthal back. That's all I'm saying.
I thought that had already been established that they were getting him back.
I don't think it's like.
It's not confirmed. It's heavily insinuated.
Yeah,
it's fucking better because like I don't want anybody playing the Punisher other than him. He did such a fucking fantastic job.
Yeah, and that's the one thing.
Jane. I thought Thomas Jane did a good job.
He did too, but Thomas Jane is long in the tooth now. Thomas Jane was said to be like talked about for producing or helping out on the project in other ways, which I'm fine with. He's like a super fan of it, so get him in there. Yeah. But Thomas Jane is not like he's not a young man. Bernthal's not that young, but he's younger than Jane.
No, I think Bernthal's a good choice too, though.
Bernthal's like right around our age, maybe a little bit older.
I think he's like 45, 40.
Let's find out.
Something 42, 43.
God damn.
He is. Hold on one second. Hold on. He is. How old are you son of a bitch?
You'll never know.
Fuck, come on.
Are you looking on IMDb or Wikipedia or?
I was trying to do Winky, but my computer is being a bitch. He is 46.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So anyway, make sure
Thomas Jane is 53. Yeah. I mean, he could probably still do it. But considering
I want the other like the new
and considering the show won't be made for a couple of years, think on that.
The thing I was going to mention though too about this is that I think that and I started to talk about this is that with this movie and especially now that we're in the multiverse saga, fucking Disney and Marvel can do whatever they want as far as recasting the role. So what I'm saying is as far as this movie, they could literally go balls to the wall, go the R route they want, go as far and crazy as they want, and at the end of the movie, You could have Deadpool be recasted. I wouldn't want this, but I'm just saying. You could have Deadpool recasted. You could have Logan recasted because they're variants in the other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the door's
I
wide
think
the
it
fuck
would
open. From,
I think it would work much better to have Deadpool recast than Wolverine. Because
No,
Wolverine.
I say the
Hold on.
opposite.
I agree with
Oh,
Basement.
but
I think it's the other way around.
You think that Wolverine would be more replaceable?
No, because Wolverine is going to be a big part of the future of the MCU, and they're not going to be
That's what I'm saying,
but they're
but
not going to be
I-
using Hugh Jackman. He's not going to be playing Wolverine for another fucking 500 films.
He's not going to be able to because one, he's getting older, and two, he's fought cancer 3 times now. So
I mean, I get that, but the only reason why I said what I said was because Deadpool's in a mask. Like that's literally it. And I understand Wolverine has something covering his eyes or whatever, but
They're going to recast
Deadpool is in a
Wolverine
mask. But
younger.
obviously,
Is my thought.
you can't replace fucking Ryan Reynolds and have it still be Ryan Reynolds. You know what I mean? But
not with that quick whip that he's got.
Exactly. It's going to be very, very hard to find somebody that has that quick whip that he has. But
I think
True.
Ryan Reynolds has more left in the tank. Right? Like, keep in mind, Hugh Jackman
Yes.
was done playing Wolverine, and he came out and said he was done. And this is like him coming back to the role. I think he's just coming back for this, and he's out again because they are going to be casting a completely different Wolverine when X-Men becomes the focal point for MCU.
Logan was such a great send off. I mean, you can't. It's almost impossible to write a better send off for that character than Logan.
honestly, sorry?
No,
I
go ahead.
agree.
I was going to say, honestly, I think the only reason why Hugh Jackman is coming back is because he is such great friends with Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds.
Agree. Yep.
And Ryan Reynolds fucking had this thing with Wolverine ever since part 1, so
It's also like
makes sense for him to come back in this one.
it's also like just a fun swan song, I guess. A fun like afterbirth for Wolverine.
This is the lead up to what happens in Logan.
We're naming our baby Cher. Like that's why I don't really care too much about the writing. Like, you put the two of them together, they're great actors. They're going to be able to pull out whatever you want out of them. If Ryan has even a semblance of control, which I'm sure he will, and Feige's like steering the course where it's going to go where it needs to go, fuck it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fine. And
the one thing I don't get is
to kind of
the fan base that is against this because they think it does a disservice to Logan. In my mind, it's like Logan happened. This is technically happening before that even happens, and Logan is not part of the MCU.
correct.
This will make him part of the MCU.
No, but like that movie is not. It is not MCU canon. So
You can do fucking anything you want now that we're in this multiverse saga. It's one of the
one of
the
those,
pluses and the minuses of the whole saga is that you can do literally anything you want and write whatever like narrative you want as far as like, oh, this is this and this is that. So
it's a lot
kind
like
of
it's a lot like the Spider-Man movie I haven't seen yet. I know people that it existed in the fucking original Spider-Mans are in it. So it's like,
right, yes,
this is kind of the same idea. They're taking, it's not MCU canon, but they're taking them from other properties that were successful and showcasing them, which is fine.
right. So if they do their shit right, they can do it right. So what I was saying to back up Basement was that is if you're going to replace any actor, yes, Hugh Jackman's the one you want to replace, especially where if my guess is after the multiverse shit, it's going to be all Mutant City all the fucking way. So you're gonna have to, because Wolverine is obviously one of, if not the most
iconic,
mutants of all the X-Men. So you want like someone who's young, like what's the one I see a lot? I see a lot of Daniel Radcliffe, which the more I'm seeing it, the more I can see it.
Oh no!
My point is that a young actor that can carry that role for a long period of time. I'm not saying he's my top. I'm not saying he's my top choice. I'm just my point is I'm using him as an example for the base. But
you know who I saw
that
I was
gonna be fucking great.
Yeah, I think if the kid who plays the main character in the new HBO series Dune. If they could bulk him up, he could
like
replace. Yeah, but if they could beef him up, he could replace Hugh Jackman.
All right, let's go do some quick fan
no,
casting. For...
there's a guy I think that would be perfect. I don't think they're gonna cast Wolverine as a child. He's gonna be like a 30-year-old man because it works with it. He's got to be older so that he's lived longer.
Oh yeah, the guy from fucking
There's a guy I know that I'm already gonna pick.
The guy from Taron Egerton?
That's the one. Yes, that's who I was thinking of immediately.
I saw
him in Blackbird, and he's like jacked to the gills. He's also kind of not that tall.
Is that the guy that plays Elton John?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got the face structure. If they can get a right beard on him and the right hair, and I mean he's already like relatively strong looking. He could do it, I think.
Someone casted Carl Urban.
No, he's too old.
No,
If this was back in like
just missed it.
Well, he's like 50 something now. That's not gonna happen.
But with Carl Urban, I think if it was like back in the Riddick days that they did this, it would have been better.
Yeah,
I see Tom Hardy on this as far as like fan casting, which
he would be a perfect fit.
Call him as fucking Nathan Drake.
He would be a perfect fit if he was if this movie was being made back when he was Bane, and instead of Bane he was Wolverine.
Yep, I will.
Now he's on the wrong end of 40, and I don't know if he's the right choice.
Right.
But he actually he's got like the gruff voice, the right height, and the ability to add the size.
He's also got the body for it, and this motherfucker just won a jiu-jitsu tournament that he entered last minute because he was bored and had nothing to fucking do.
I'm saying they could cast him. It's fine if you can get a 10-year run out of him as Wolverine.
I mean, Tom Hardy
probably could because he's slightly on the older side, but he's still young enough and healthy enough that he could do it.
Do you honestly think that they're going to cast him, though? Because, like, with him playing Venom?
And Bane, there's too much there.
They had Michael Keaton. He was fucking Batman.
But it was so long ago.
That's DC.
And it was so long ago.
Well, the thing is
they had Michael Keaton in Spider-Man.
I think Taron Egerton is the best choice. He's yet to be in the thing. He's our age. So he's
if you notice, Marvel
38 or something.
With the exception of some of these, they tend to lean away from bigger, they're starting to lean more away from bigger names, with some exceptions, of course. I think Taron would be a great person to really, because if you think of it this way, right? Let's say theoretically,
he was in the Kingsman. He was the main guy.
I love those movies. Those movies are fucking awesome. You have to think that Phase 6 is the end, and then we get Secret Wars. So let's say we introduce him in there.
He'd be 41 or something. They were 40 years old at that point.
I was about to say, that means in theory that we're going to have Phase 7, 8, and 9 with all mutants and Wolverine sprinkled throughout. Maybe Wolverine will have 3 of his own fucking movies. And then you have tie-ins with X-Men and blah, 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 blah. So you want someone who's going to carry it long term, and I think he would be the perfect choice for doing that.
For me, he's number one. I was watching fucking Blackbird, and I'm like, man, this guy would play a good Wolverine.
yeah. So, but anywho, we're on Marvel stuff longer than I expected it to be. But let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Don't blame me, damn it! Just because I changed my username, fucking.
It's not just you. Like everybody on this call likes to talk Marvels, so hence why you guys have a show.
There's nothing quite like it. But anyway, speaking of things that aren't quite like it, let's talk about why is this a thing? Why do I have to hate my president? Joe Biden called out a dead congresswoman during what?
Oh my God, that
asking if she was there, and then when he realized she wasn't, I guess she's not here, motherfucker. She ain't nowhere. She died in August in a car accident.
I mean,
President Joe Biden mistakenly asked whether the late Representative Jackie Walorski, who died in a car wreck in August, was in attendance during a speech Wednesday at the White House. This is even like.
I mean, it's that. It's the fact that he was being led by a blind man and got lost because he was supposed to be leading the blind man. He doesn't know which side of the stage to leave. Like he's obviously like. I mean, even before this happened, there were questions. Even before he became president, it was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Like, there was a rumor that he had dementia way before he became president.
Yeah.
Now it's
Let me just say this right. Let me just say this right here, right now. I am not a political person. I do not know a lot about politics. I do not get heavily involved in politics. I probably should. I will stress this.
No, you shouldn't. It's gonna consume your soul.
There's I was about to say there's reasons why I lean towards Marvel and not towards politics. Because Marvel's easy to fucking follow.
And people don't fight with you over Marvel.
We fight.
But
well,
not as
well, we
not
discuss.
Motherfucker.
We discuss.
Fucking vicious. But anyways, continue.
There is no fucking way he's getting another term. There is no. You cannot tell me that there is no fucking way. Jokes aside, there's no fucking way he's getting a second term.
I think he might be.
I don't know.
They will campaign and push as hard as they can. He'll get reelected.
Oh, I know they will.
And then he will be medically deemed unfit. Magically. 3 months into the term. And then we have our first Madam President in Kamala Harris.
I think he might be one of the worst presidents in
I don't
in
think
a while.
he'll get reelected.
I
don't think he'll get reelected, and I don't think that if Kamala Harris was to run as president, she will not fucking get elected. So I think that this cabinet is done after this one. But anyway, continue. Sorry,
I didn't mean to cut you off. When Trump was running, there was a great. There was a comedian who was a local guy, and he did this great thing. He's like, a lot of people are like, why are you voting for Biden? Why don't you? He goes, look, the best way I can describe it is like this. There's like a race. It's like a car race, right? And Trump is one car and Biden's the other car. I'm not saying that the Biden car is going to get me going for 10 years. I'm just saying it's going to get me to the finish line with a full tank of gas. It's like, yeah, that is very, very accurate. But I just like, it's kind of like the George W. Bush shit. Remember when George W. Bush was president, there he had like there was a calendar, like 365 things that he said wrong or he did, or you know, it's the same shit, but it's like, God damn, the internet does not make it any better.
George Bush was like, he came off as an imbecile.
Dumb.
Like, he looked dumb.
Very uneducated.
Yeah, he looked dumb. He spoke dumb.
Now I'm going to look up George W. Bush quotes, but go ahead.
Therefore, you surmise he is dumb. This guy, Biden, looks old, acts old, doesn't know where he is. Like, at what point in time does A plus B, at what point in time do you put the equation together and say he's fucking decrepit?
I was waiting for you to finish that.
You'd be surprised.
What is this gift?
You gotta remember, the people here, 90% of them aren't working with a full load.
Oh no, I know that. I got a full load though, and that is take a piss.
Good answer there, Alpha. I saw your answer in the chat. By the way, these are some great 40 dumbest Bush quotes of all time, just to kind of break the tension here. This one is, oh my god. It says here, President Bush simply followed his stream of thoughts down the wrong fork in the road. Quote, too many good docs are getting out of the business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women across this great country.
What now?
We're reading George W. Bush quotes and comparing it to Biden.
I'm waiting for JP to walk right back up. I know human beings and fish can coexist peacefully. We spent a lot of time talking about Africa, as we should. Africa is a nation that suffers from incredible disease.
George W. Bush.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was making a comparison that, like, you hear a lot of these stories about, like, Biden, like, acting foolish or being.
George Bush said some stupid shit.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of get, like, the thing is, like, foot and mouth is kind of what George Bush had. Yeah. The difference between George Bush and Biden is, one is like, yeah, you might flub your words. The other is like, I don't know where I am.
I don't know
or how I got here.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to be speaking to you people about. I'll tell you my creepy pool story.
For every fatal shooting, there were roughly 3 non-fatal shootings. And folks, this is unacceptable in America. It's just unacceptable, and we're going to do something about it.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Like, the video the other day where like
Biden and inflation killed me.
The second or third fucking time that he did it, where he was like walking off the stage one way, and they're like, "Mr. President, Mr. President."
This way.
It's like, where am I?
And he still continues walking the wrong fucking way.
Did you guys see the follow up to him like calling out for Jackie, who's dead? The woman comes to the stage next, and she's like, "He was just honoring her." I'm like, no, he was not honoring her and her ideas.
Save. I applaud the attempt at the save, but
No.
not
That ball has been fumbled. The other team has it. They're 10 feet away from the fucking finish line.
Honestly, Joe Biden, I'm glad he is our president.
Are you?
And here's why. Because the woman underneath him is a dog ass piece of shit.
Okay. I got another Bush one.
She called North Korea South Korea, which is all in on this.
Not only that, the Hurricane Ian.
Oh my God, this is bad.
Oh no, I don't know if this is like wait. I don't know if this is true. I think that might be
true.
No. If you look at the actual tweet, JP, people said it's from beforehand, not from Hurricane Ian.
I don't care when it was.
Well, kind of takes away from.
But that's where it came from. My point is, listen to what she said. She still believes this shit today.
Yeah, it's stupid.
The thing is what she said, it really doesn't matter if it was pertaining to Hurricane Ian or anything else. She basically said that they were going directly for not just the impoverished people or anything, but directly for the black people.
Yeah, because
and women.
Nobody else but black people fucking
nobody else needs help. Is basically how she worded it.
Like I said, why don't you just stop at like the low income,
underprivileged,
the impoverished communities? Why don't you just stop there? Because as soon as you say and the people of color and women, I'm like, okay, well that is negligible because there's people of color in the impoverished parts. If you're gonna start saying people of color, then you could be talking about fucking Barack Obama.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
I remember
dumb as shit.
I remember that quote because it was he actually made that quote, if I remember correctly. He made it right after 9/11, which is when all the fucking conspiracy shit started. That we did it to ourselves.
He just had a really stupid face.
This is a really great one. This is after being
a lot of times.
This is after George W. Bush is being asked to name the biggest mistake he had made. This is back in 2004. Quote, I wish you'd given me time, given me this written question ahead of time so I could plan for it. I'm sure something will pop into my head here in the midst of this press conference with all the pressure of trying to come up with an answer, but it hadn't yet. And I don't want to sound like I have to make I don't want to sound like I have made no mistakes. I'm confident I have. I just haven't. You just put me under the spot here, and maybe I'm not as quick on my feet as I should be in coming up with one. That's the entire fucking quote.
I haven't, but I have.
I just haven't.
God damn.
He's that guy.
Wait a minute. I think I found the best one. If this were a dictatorship, it would be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.
Oh my God. You know what? I feel like if they turned him around and it was a hamster in a cage.
With what Trump said.
Yeah, no. The thing is, like, Trump fucked up and said some things that were terrible. But like, as soon as it happened, it was like, we must kill him and his family. It's like,
this was to FEMA director Michael Brown while touring hurricane-ravaged Mississippi in 2005. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Give him brownie points. Jackie, where are you?
I think I know what we need to do with this. We need to copy down all of these and put them on a website that can be led there by a QR code.
Oh God.
What the fuck do you want?
This list.
She's Bray Wyatt.
We could print T-shirts with this shit.
This is George W. Bush, September 13th, 2001. The most important thing is for us to find Osama bin Laden. It is our number one priority, and we will not rest until we find him. That was September 13th, 2001.
Huh?
March 13th, 2002. I don't know where bin Laden is. I have no idea and really don't care. It's not that important. It's not our priority.
Oh my God. Well, and that right there says everything. Like, oh, nope, the terrorist that we originally started this fucking war over is not our priority. Like,
You know what?
what's
my
your priority
response
then,
would have
gas?
been- You know what my response would have been? I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a couple of days. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is your priority then? Oil? Did you just accidentally?
I wish I had time to prepare for this conversation, but I didn't. And yes, it's oil.
We need to scan through this list and get all the best quotes out of there.
God,
And
the worst
print
one.
this on a fucking QR code.
these
Oh,
dumb
God.
as
I
shit.
think I found the worst one.
Oh no.
Oh, God,
To
that's
br-
why he has to-
Well, I have to be very careful. This was in November 8th, 2001. This was to Brazilian President Fernando Cardoso in Washington, D.C. on November 8th, 2001. I shit you not. The quote reads, word for word, quote, "Do you have blacks too?"
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
And you know he's not talking about the photograph place.
You know, the thing is, when we had George Bush as the president, I didn't think that they could get much dumber. And then here
Well,
comes along. But
Here
then
comes Biden.
Not
Hold
only-
my bear.
not only
Anyway.
dumber, but you add some dementia in with it too.
Let's talk about the white rabbit.
All right,
With Biden, he had 2 brain aneurysms.
I think he's currently having his third. It's lasting several years.
So we go from the White House to the White Rabbit, huh, Connor?
Yeah.
God
Yep, because I have no other way to
damn.
transition out of this fucking pit hole. So this is something we kind of generally talked about a little bit, I think, yesterday on the GM mode. So obviously there's a lot of buzz going around in WWE with a lot of hidden messages, QR codes, music, everything you can fucking think of. Where it seemed to have stemmed from the origin point of the song "White Rabbit" being played by Jefferson Airplane, or at least the vocals mainly during commercial breaks when WWE was not on air. And it's now evolved and morphed into this big, almost like scavenger hunt that people are following QR codes, special links, little Easter eggs here and there, and it's gotten a lot of people to believe or heavily speculate, that this is the entry point for the return of Bray Wyatt to WWE. Now, it's not confirmed yet, and nothing has really been confirmed other than just there's a lot of coincidences between certain imagery, sounds, noises that have some vague reference to Bray Wyatt promos or things he's done in the past. And I'm going to throw it out to everybody here as far as their thoughts on it. The first thing I just want to say before getting in heavy speculation is this is fucking genius. If it's not Bray, I don't care. I'm indifferent on whether or not it's Bray Wyatt, but as far as getting people invested and talking about it and doing this cryptic message stuff where you have to go down the rabbit hole, no pun intended, to kind of follow this whole idea and you're really getting sucked into it. Whoever's idea this was to do it like this, fucking give them a raise, because that's the way you garner interest, especially in the internet age. But as far as who else it could be,
I would not be surprised if this was a Triple H idea or Seedling.
Yeah, I would not either, and I think it's fucking genius, whatever it is. But I'm gonna get a drink and I'll leave the floor open to everybody else real quick.
I don't care if it's Bray Wyatt. I hope it's not, for the internet's sake, because I just want to laugh at people. When it happens, I would like to, what the fuck are they doing? Look, I agree with Connor, whoever is doing this, and I really think it's probably a Triple H idea. It's a new way of the way they used to do things.
Mm-hmm.
It modernized it.
It's more interactive, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
correct. And with the whole scan code, QR code thing, that's where the world is taking us with things.
Well, especially now since everybody used it for like vaccine identification. It's like you know everybody has it. You know everybody can use it, so it's very smart for them to do. I personally hope it is Bray Wyatt, and I personally hope he shows up as a rabbi, and he's like, the T is silent.
I hate you.
I am the white rabbi.
I mean, I'm on board with it.
No, like I was just gonna say, if this is Bray Wyatt or anyone else for that matter, playing the song White Rabbit, like, are they just gonna be a giant hippie coming out? Because like White Rabbit is literally about
Lacham.
What did you say it was about?
It's like the whole song is talking about fucking drugs and like highs and getting high and low and all this other shit.
I just want you to know that White Rabbit, the song, is based on Alice in Wonderland.
Right.
Which is also looks like you're on drugs when you take it, even though you're not.
Anything that is not
Connor.
Basement's pitch is going to be a disappointment. I'm throwing that out right now.
He comes out all yours. Lacham. It's like, oh my god, he's here.
The fucking T is silent. It had me dead.
Yeah, I mean,
instead of what was Sister Abigail, it's the circumcision. Come on, writes itself.
Oh my god.
Circumcision.
I'm ready for your brisk.
Brister Abigail.
I also fucking love you for this idea because it's fucking great. I feel like you guys just need to fucking create a character on wrestling now. That's the fucking white rabbi.
Hey. Basement could always.
Rabbi.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think as far as the marketing behind this and the influence and the interactivity with fans both at shows and online, I think it's one of the smartest things they've done in recent memory as far as like garnering interest and stuff like that. A lot of it does point to Bray. I kind of don't want it to be Bray, to be very honest with you.
Why do you? Okay, so my
I
question
think it could be Karrion Kross. Sorry, Connor.
No, it's not Karrion Kross. It's not.
I feel like he's already
I know
debuted.
that it's not him
I don't want it to be him because of the
Well,
debut
I
already
was just
happening.
gonna say I could see him pulling off something along those lines, but anyways, continue, JP.
Okay. I want to ask the question of how just based on the song, why is everybody thinking it's Bray Wyatt?
Because Bray Wyatt trends every fucking week.
That's
with
because
rumors from dirt sheets and all the garbage
that's
sites.
right, and that's why.
But it's also like mind games, and mind
for me,
games are synonymous with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, for me it would be more along the lines of the mind games or just like the spectacular character that he comes up with that goes with the song.
Who else is missing from WWE television that it could be?
Randy Orton, but he's injured.
It won't be Randy Orton.
It won't be Randy Orton. I'm just saying he's there, but he's injured.
So the reason I think a lot of people are pitching or speculating that it's Bray is for a few reasons. The first being the fact that obviously Triple H is now back in charge, somewhat heavily favored Bray, or at least supposedly heavily favored Bray. This kind of lines in tune with his character in some cases as far as being this mysterious, cryptic person. Plus, a lot of people, because people have no fucking time on their hands, have dug and noticed that, and then this is not a fucking super hard thing to do, but there's a lot of references to things Bray have said in previous promos. I mean, the guy's been WWE for almost fucking forever, but my point is that they've linked a lot of things that have been said or pushed as far as the certain messages or the verbiage in those messages that could link to Bray. And
I hope it's Eric
a lot
Rowan.
What's that?
Eric Rowan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Or there's also the idea that with Triple H coming in, and a lot of you see a lot of mistakes being. A lot of people are saying mistakes are being fixed as far as bringing in people who are fired. Some people think Bray being let go was a mistake, so that like Triple H is bringing him back in to correct this. But obviously, with Bray being the outgoing creative mind that he can be, I'll be honest, I kind of hope it's not him. Not because I would be bummed to see him on TV or be bummed to see him in WWE again. I just This is such a unique. What's that?
I don't want it to be the Fiend.
Oh,
I don't want it to be him. I want it to be somebody completely different. That this is a brand new because let's face it, let's say it is Bray, right? Or let's say that Bray is even in talks of coming back. Let's just throw that out there. It's gonna get around quick, and then when it does happen, it's gonna be a somewhat big deal. I say somewhat because of his track record and blah blah blah. But if you're using this to my knowledge, brand new method of introducing a new superstar into WWE on what I would assume to be a very high lot of momentum going into it. Fuck, give that to a new guy who you could push to the moon. Don't give it to Bray's already been there and done that. He's already done that.
Why are we assuming that it's not to sound like the total today's feminist or anything, but why are we assuming it's a guy?
Yeah, it could be CM Punk. He's a bitch.
Well, he is a bitch.
Well, I was saying that it could be AJ Lee decided to come back.
But why? Where's the reference? Where's the reference to it, though? Do you see?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say.
Song is about Alice in Wonderland.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's someone named Alice.
There's more than the song, though. Now there's more hidden messages
Dream.
and more. God fucking no.
Why? I like him.
I don't see them. I don't see those messages.
I don't know anything about his sexual deviancy.
He was a great wrestler, but
who killed you? You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Bray Wyatt, man. It's 100% Bray Wyatt.
Who killed you? You did. Think
Bray Wyatt.
It was heavily suggested by many, many people that Bray Wyatt was actually the lead to his own demise in WWE because he was pushing for his character. He wanted that creativity all on his own.
He created a character and then quit.
Who did it? Who killed you? You did. Who did it? You did.
It's gonna be John Cena.
And he's gonna come out dressed as Peacemaker.
He's gonna come out dressed as a rabbi.
I don't see the reference to the music. I don't see a reference. Yeah, sure, you could see Bray Wyatt doing that, but
right now, Bray Wyatt is the most likely choice in my mind.
The thing is like for me, and I know that this.
Of course he is.
I know that JP's gonna lose his shit when I say this, but
don't lose your shit, JP. Hold your shit.
They brought back Braun Strowman, and now they're starting with this White Rabbit stuff, and it just leads me to believe that they're gonna end up doing some form of the Wyatt family where they can honor Brody because they never fucking got to, and all that other shit. Like
Please don't do the Wyatt family.
Don't do that.
Actually, I'd rather have the Wyatt family than the Fiend.
I have a feeling that's how it's going.
And if they do that, then they can fuck off.
I'd rather have the Wyatt family than the Fiend. I'll tell you that.
But you don't have to make a mention to Brody.
Look.
Oh, but like I mean, you know that they would though.
You're gonna fall off the couch, man.
They put up messages honoring his death when he died.
Yeah,
it's not that they couldn't.
I don't. They won't. But if they get the Wyatt family back together, I just have a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
I feel like you want to fall off the couch. Sorry.
What?
Walk alone, the unknown. No, Nexus, no. All right, fuck me.
You guys fucking picture like Braun Strowman dressed up like the Cheshire Cat.
He could also be a rabbi. They could be a group of rabbis. I mean, he's got the beard. You just put the curls on his head.
The rabbi. The T is silent.
I'm telling you, there's something there. Have we seen rabbis in wrestling? No.
I just don't want to see. Look, Brody Lee was a great guy.
The rabid rabbis. The rabid rabbis.
I agree.
Nobody's gonna. I'm not saying that they're not gonna care, but
I hope it's Nicholas.
Okay.
I agree, JP. I just have a feeling that like they may not like full honor him, but I have a feeling that if they get the Wyatt family back together, they're gonna pay homage in some way.
Okay.
They're probably gonna make reference. That's it.
Let's do top three then. If it's not Bray Wyatt or a Wyatt family rendition of it, top three picks on who you think it might or what it could be.
Nicholas.
I think it could. I think it could possibly be a woman.
Which woman?
Indy Hartwell.
That makes sense since Loomis is going around doing things.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
We've
that
done
would.
way
I
too
don't. I have
much.
no
Me.
fucking idea who this chick is, but you said that she was with Loomis, so that would.
Indy Hartwell? You need to pay attention.
Yeah,
No.
no. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
He
good.
walked out of the room.
Well, Indy
He
Hartwell.
came back in so fast. What was he
Well, I was
doing out
checking
there?
on Wendy. I was checking on Wendy.
Why'd you close the door?
So that we don't wake her up.
No,
You
when you
can't-
left. When you
You're
left. Alright, never mind.
I was checking on Wendy. That's all.
Oh,
I'm just saying, Indy Hartwell, and she was in the storyline with Dexter Loomis.
and
She's
you got
Australian.
I
She
I
was
feel like
with
I,
Ray and Johnny Gargano and
I feel like
Wait,
it's too much for her.
I
but
don't-
but
I don't know though.
That is a
It's
very
like-
big push and promo push for somebody that's part of a storyline, not focal point to a storyline.
think about it this way.
What's to say? I mean,
Sorry,
I don't think
continue.
they're going to be on separate shows. Where is the Miz at?
I don't know.
Wherever Dexter Loomis.
Right
Yeah.
now, wherever Dexter Loomis is, that's where the Miz is. If the Miz is going to be on, he's on Raw, right?
You gonna do a
Think so,
mixed
yeah.
match challenge?
No,
No, he's on SmackDown.
never mind.
The
Never mind.
best brand.
No, I'm just saying. Like it seems like okay. If I was
But-
to tease that much and have the fan base that is like speculating that much, only for it to be Indy Hartwell, it might be a disappointment.
I agree with you there, but with the whole like, okay, if you were, I realize there were more clues that dropped, right? But like, if you were to go with like the whole Alice in Wonderland theme, you get Dexter Loomis running around like the fucking Mad Hatter. He's paired up with whatever the fuck her name is. I can't remember.
I put her picture in the creators room for you.
It's gonna be Logan Paul's
He's paired
brother.
up with her, so she can be Alice to his Mad Hatter. It makes perfect fucking sense.
She doesn't look like a white
Well,
rabbit.
so the only thing, the only thing is that we have to. Well, I shouldn't say we have to, but I think a lot of people will assume that because of the nature of the song
Oh, I
of White
know.
Rabbit and the nature of the promos or the QR codes or all the media that's surrounded around this mystery is that it's a dark-esque character that this is building towards. And really, there's not too many of those dark-esque characters left that you could really associate this with. Because it's not like it's going to be fucking, it's Ricochet.
Where's it? Wait.
It's going to be someone big.
What brand is it happening on?
It's on both.
At live
Oh,
shows.
it's on both.
Yep.
It's at the live. It's at the live house shows.
I was gonna say it might be the leader
too.
of Judgment
It's
Day
everywhere.
that they want to promote, which could have been Seth Rollins, but I don't know.
But that wouldn't be too bad. But my point is that if you're gonna do this, I would.
It should be a new talent.
Here's
Yes.
the thing: if they're going
Or
to this extent,
returning.
it is either going to be returning or new talent. Like they're not going to go to this extent for somebody that's already on the roster.
It's Drew Gulak. I just figured out the mystery. Like, yeah, no. So my point is that like, who's left? It's either going to be I almost said Strowman. It's either going to be Wyatt. It's not going to be fucking Undertaker. It kind of dwindles down who's left that this could be associated with. So that's why I think a lot of people are.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say that's why I think a lot of people are instantly pointing to Bray Wyatt because it kind of fits a lot of it fits a lot of questions and checks a lot of boxes.
And it would be. I'm gonna have to like,
So
look up.
here's the thing. It probably is Bray Wyatt. But for everybody to sit there and assume that it is, saying it is Bray Wyatt based on what they read in tweets 5 years ago, you never
The
know.
same assumption that you just came to when you said it probably is him.
No, you're not. See, you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it probably is him, but let's not assume that it is.
Well, that's what we're. When you say it's probably him, you are assuming it is him.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, shit!
No, it's not what you're saying.
I'm glad you got where I was coming from with that.
It's probably. I'm gonna assume it's him, but we shouldn't assume it's him. It's basically what you said.
Oh, JP. I'm sorry.
Y'all are
telling the truth. Oh my god. Anywho.
On that note, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about this on the stream, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to throw out there.
Hurricane Ian. Did you guys see?
We had that.
Hold on. Did you guys see Mojo Rawley's post by any chance?
Oh, the alligator or whatever.
He had a fucking. Okay, here's the thing. The alligator started out outside his house. He took a picture outside his house. There was an alligator in his fucking driveway, right? That was before the flooding hit. Then
why did he stay?
I have no idea. Well, first of all, I don't think that like the area that he was in, it wasn't initially supposed to get hit as bad as it did, but then the storm turned and it took a turn toward Fort Myers. But anyways, but then the second picture, he took a picture and in his fucking house.
He's the white rabbit.
There's a fucking alligator in his fucking house. And it's like
the white rabbit
in front of him, dude. It was freaky. I'm like, did he wrestle the alligator? That's what I need to know.
Knowing him and his fucking frat boy crazy ass, he probably did try to wrestle it.
Because, like, if you guys look at Twitter, the alligator, it's like literally right in front of him. You can literally see his knee in the picture. So it's like not even.
See. I gotta see this thing.
Not even a foot in front of him, and I'm like, did he wrestle the alligator? Because like this alligator looks pissed off. It was coming like
definitely
right
didn't wrestle the alligator.
How unless he took it like sitting on some stairs maybe, and maybe he was able to like go upstairs.
Okay, I'm gonna assume he wrestled the alligator. No,
either that or he literally had to have been like hiding on a fucking bookshelf the entire time until he was rescued.
I can't find the image, but just imagine Mojo Rawley wrestling an alligator.
I was like, I would literally shit my pants right there if I saw a gator that any size really, but that size especially coming at me. Fuck that shit.
Yep.
I mean that could be anybody's knee or any part of their body.
This is why I live where the fucking air hurts my face. This is all I'm saying.
This is why I live where the air hurts my face.
It does. It's not the cold. It's the wind.
It's the air.
It's the wind.
You just said it was the air.
But that's like literally a saying here.
Traveling air. Yeah.
Ask JP. It's like, it's not the cold that'll get you. It's the wind.
And the alligators.
Well, I mean, the wind chill, yes.
Remember what the doorknob said.
We'll go right through you.
Outside of Mojo Rawley fucking wrestling an alligator, there was something Heather brought up.
He should have been eaten by that alligator, and if he wasn't, I'm very surprised.
Which was the Nord Stream pipeline that was apparently sabotaged and blown up under the ocean.
We are going to World War III.
Heather, you can explain.
These two...
Go ahead.
These pipelines are supplied by Russia to Norway. And apparently the pipe has been either broken open or it bursted open and has been leaking methane gas into the water there.
Yeah, the pipeline is like off, but there's still that buildup of methane in there. And they basically said that this is like an ecological fucking disaster. But they can't get in there to fix it because Putin won't let anybody in there to fucking fix it. Because it happened on Russian territory.
Is it being blamed on the United States?
He's putting his foot down.
It's actually being blamed on Russia. Like,
well,
there's one problem with that, though. He's cutting off power to his own land by doing that.
I don't think.
Right, but like Putin apparently didn't he like confess or whatever that he fucking had that thing blown up?
No.
Thought he did. Anyway,
they said that it was sabotaged, and they didn't really have a doubt of it being sabotaged, but by who they don't know. I mean, people point to Putin because they'll point to Putin for everything.
Yes.
But a lot of the times when somebody wants you to believe it's somebody, they do it
the other
themselves.
I mean, for all we know, it could have been, Ukraine.
Why would Ukraine want?
It could have been the USA.
Us?
Could have been.
There are some saying we are behind it. Yes.
Do you guys really honestly think that the United States would commit
Well,
that big of an
yes.
ecological disaster, though?
Yes.
I mean, then again, we've literally nuked people before, so
There you go.
I retract my previous question.
I was going to say, did we forget about Hiroshima all of a sudden?
And Nagasaki.
Mm-hmm.
I retract my previous question because it's fucking retarded. So
I don't think. I mean, why would Joe Biden do that? I don't know.
He probably hit the wrong button.
here's the thing.
How did I end up in the pipeline?
I
They found him wandering in the fucking pipeline.
Here's the thing that we really need to worry about. This week, I believe it was on Thursday, Ukraine applied for emergency NATO status. If they get into NATO, that means that we are now in the war.
not necessarily.
Well, yeah, but okay, like let's say Russia fucking nukes Ukraine. We're
Okay.
immediately in the fucking war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't like them? There's something about them getting NATO status that absolutely like fucks Russia anyway. They lose like all ownership of like fucking occupied places or some shit. I don't know. I'm
Territory.
speaking out of my ass.
But well, Russia just claimed 4 territories as their own this week, and I don't know if they would lose them or not. I don't know.
There is something where it like them getting NATO status actually like Uno reverses a lot of what Russia did.
Well, I know that Putin said that like if the United States or if NATO allows them in, he would consider it an act of aggression from the United States, and he would send a nuke at us. That's what he literally said that when the war first started.
He said a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. He
Yeah,
rode around
but,
on horses, bare
But
chested.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like I have a feeling we're heading towards World War III because this week, China and Russia were caught practicing together, militarizing their ships and stuff again.
Well, okay, here I'm going to stop you right there. We work with other countries doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, but we're also not in the middle of a war.
I don't just because Russia and China are working together doesn't.
Okay,
mean,
there's another factor of this.
lot of
Okay,
land.
I'm not insinuating that it means anything. I'm just saying this is my thoughts. Because all of a sudden North Korea also has fucking missiles that are actually fucking working.
We sure
How
it's
the
North
fuck did
Korea?
that
They
happen?
have missiles that actually work. They just can't go anywhere because they can't figure out how the technology works.
No, they figured it out pretty fucking quick this week. I just find it kind of
If
convenient.
that was the case, I guarantee it. Kim Jong Un would have fucking sent a missile.
No, because then he'd die. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris doesn't know where North or South Korea is, and Biden is lost somewhere in a broom closet.
And yeah, and not only that, but fucking the new president of South Korea is actually leaning politically more towards the president of North Korea's thoughts. So now we have an issue of like, are the Koreas gonna unite again?
God damn.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, if you got China,
Well,
Russia, and Korea together,
unite again.
maybe that'd be a good
well,
thing.
okay, think about it. It's Russia and China, or
That's a lot of
India-
land, man. Russia and
Here's
China
the
is
thing.
huge.
India is in there too, because like India, they're allies with Russia, like with this like whole Ukraine thing.
Thank you,
they-
India.
yeah. But it's basically like the same thing that China did. Like they didn't agree and they didn't disagree, or whatever. But so you've got Russia, China, North Korea, possibly South Korea, India, and fucking Iran. So that's
So far away.
Yeah, so far away. I hate you.
I know. I'm a piece of shit. Well, I can't really talk about like the entirety of it, but it does seem like the destruction of a pipeline that has massive climatic.
Climatic.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Face.
Yep.
Fucking mind is. Sorry. Anyway.
Effect is like something that you would think people would cover very heavily, considering the amount of people in love with fixing the environment. Yet I have heard nothing about this except for Discord.
Yes, and also like the environmental impacts of this are fucking horrible because everybody knows that everything
Methane
like
is
basically
the
everything that is
destructor.
going on right now. Basically everything that is going on right now, ice caps melting, all of that stuff, it is because we already had too much methane gas in the fucking air, and now we're getting even more of it into the air. Like it's
So why isn't this why isn't this a major story?
Because that's what we're here for.
breaking news.
It happened days ago.
It has been a big story.
Really? Here? No word.
I've seen it a few
I've
times.
heard the last 3 days is how this methane gas is.
In Canada? No word.
Stop farting, everybody.
No word. Haven't heard it.
I mean,
I know what's happening.
If it was an accident, it was we can't. Again, I hate assuming because sometimes assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Bray Wyatt.
Laugh it up, furball.
I will.
I don't buy. I don't think. I hope to God our country. Look, if Biden did this, he needed an act of Congress first.
Yep.
Because
So I
that's
don't know if the
technically a
United
declaration of
States did it,
war. Because it's
But
on
I don't
another
know.
side.
I don't know if Russia did it. Could have Ukraine have done it? Boy, they are one dumb fucking country if they did.
Yeah.
Because now they're cutting the supply off from their people. From what I mean, their people is all these people that they say are their allies.
The thing is, it doesn't make sense for either Ukraine or Russia to really do it
But here's
because
the
it
thing.
impacts Russia negatively, Ukraine negatively. So it's going to be
You have
like
to
a
remember-
third-party source somewhere.
You do have to remember that
It was Canada, goddammit.
Putin also also hired like mercenaries from Iran and Syria.
So far away.
Fuck you, I hate you. But he hired mercenaries. So how do we know that a lot of these like wild acts of aggression like this are not mercenaries that are trying to get the countries to like, okay, let's say mercenary working for Russia. Well, Russia doesn't want to do it themselves.
But no, they don't want to do it.
mercenary-
Period. It's not beneficial for them.
I'm just saying it's out there.
It's going to be a third party that did it. If it's sabotage, third party that did it. I don't know. Like all I heard was like a report of someone saying it's sabotage. We have no idea. It could have just happened because it's a pipeline under the fucking ocean. Shit goes wrong.
Like, I think one of the reasons why Russia's getting blamed for it is mainly because this cuts off like all gas sources to the West.
But it
Like not
impacts
to us, but like to Europe. So
it impacts Russia economically. Why would they? They already have enough fucking problems as it is. That's my point. That's what I'm getting at. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't.
fucking idiot.
It's definitely a third party involved that probably did it.
Okay,
If it was done. If not, then it just happened, which is very suspect for it to happen in time of war, just randomly. The shit goes down. I don't know.
Hang in here with me, though. Okay, I'm just saying. Putin has made a lot. I'm not blaming Putin before anybody freaks out. I'm just saying he has made a lot of decisions that do not make a whole lot of fucking sense because all he knows is that he wants to win. That's all he knows.
Okay.
But, I mean, do you not think he has, like, people that are around him be like, man, doing this fucks us?
Have you not read any of the news? They've been doing
I know,
that.
I mean...
Ukraine, like, they were like, we should not be doing this.
No, like, he's going to have certain advisors to talk to him.
Right. Yes, his advisors have been advising him against his decisions since he went into Ukraine to begin with.
So you're going to lose all access to this gas, and you're going to give over, like, if you have any brain in your skull, you'd be like, well, it's a loss for me and a win for nobody, so let's do it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
It doesn't like, you have to be brain dead to make that decision.
Well, you know, the thing is the fact of the matter is, chances are they'll never figure out who did it because it's going to be.
It was Osama bin Laden, goddammit.
in the middle of the fucking sea. You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's what he evolved into, a mermaid. And he's going to be in the Little Mermaid remake. That was, we only have a couple other after this. Nord Stream. The next one is something that I think was Alpha that shared it, but I would kill everybody on this plane.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So,
I already know.
and Southwest Airlines, we teamed up with at Guitar Center to surprise a flight full of customers flying out of Long Beach with ukulele and a lesson. By the time they arrived in Honolulu, they were pros. How do they know they're ukulele customers?
They don't. But a ukulele is the cheapest thing they can give away for free, aside from a triangle bell.
If I got on a plane and everybody was playing ukulele, I would probably commit suicide.
Yes.
What?
Because there was actually a lady that was on this plane that shared something on TikTok, and she was like, "Fuck!" Like, what did her caption say? Something like, "Oh, just to let you know, noise canceling headphones do not cancel out ukuleles."
I feel like
on the article here it says one person said the photo of smiling passengers and their new instruments was a picture of hell. Another said that surely the scenario was flight attendant's worst nightmare. Quote, I think my idea of actual hell is surprise, enforced fun, and you're in the sky as well, so you can't get out. Alexa, show me how you can make a 6-hour flight seem like 60.
The problem is forced fun. Anything that is like sound-based on an airplane needs to die. Because,
that would
good lord.
Like the equivalent, for me anyway, that would be the equivalent of being like trapped in a fucking car with literally your entire family, and all of a sudden somebody starts singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
I want to smack that person.
Right. That's the ukulele shit is the equivalent to that for me.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of
Will
beer.
fucking smack you through this.
First of all, I hate sitting at a fire and some fucking dickhead comes out with a fucking acoustic guitar that he can semi-play. And it's like he starts playing and somewhat starts singing. He doesn't have the voice to sing. He doesn't have the ability to play.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God, man. It's life-ruining.
He's singing Dave Matthews Band.
It doesn't matter. Like, oh, my God, man. The last time this happened to me, I was like, some people were like, oh, let's get it going. Let's sing together. I'm like, I'd rather kill you and everyone here and then myself than continue this because I hate it. I hate it so much.
I remember you saying this. Like, it was like right after you got back.
Nobody asked for it. It's like I could literally play music and attach it to a speaker from people that are professionals, or I can listen to you fucking twiddle your dicks on the fucking acoustic guitar and fumble yourself around a fucking song. No, I all I did was look at him playing fucking acoustic guitar and then look at the fire, and I was like, "There's a good chance I'm jumping into this bitch."
Jumping in the fire.
I could just like in your head, this is my hell.
It's unwanted, man. Who wants that?
So I want to know what fucking like. I know where you live. But seriously, where the fuck it's just coming randomly out of the forest.
No, that happened a time before. This was like a pre-planned. I've been practicing and now I'm gonna show off type thing, and it's like, man, I literally wanted to do a fucking triple axel into the fire.
This does not happen in my area. Like back in the day at bonfires, if anybody would have brought out an acoustic guitar, they would have gotten their fucking ass thrown in the fire.
You ever see like a floor routine from a gymnast? This is what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna push this chair away. I'm gonna do my floor routine, and I'm gonna end up diving headfirst into this fire.
Look, the only person, and my brother's a pretty good guitar player. My youngest brother. I mean, he's brought an acoustic guitar, and I didn't want to throw him in a fire.
But I mean, I feel like there's like, hey, you want to play something? Hey, you've tried. Let's play something. And it's between that and being like, I have tried, and now I will force you.
Well, I somebody tells me you're here, you have to play it. I'm gonna be here. Give me that fucking guitar, and I'll hit you over the fucking head.
No, what's
my world?
You're here. Now you're gonna be forced to sit here and listen to me play this music.
It's such like such an ego move.
That's right. I stare you straight in the eyes, slowly stand up, flip
walk-
the bird, and walk away to where I can't fucking hear your ass.
No, I mean, if you're sitting there playing some dumb shit and not saying anything, I will then proceed to probably do a basement hit.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not against like acoustic music or like people playing acoustic guitar. It's just like the audacity of someone to just show up and be like, everybody's listening to me now. Everybody's having conversations around the fire. It's like, nope. Center point of the conversation. Let me sit down and twiddle away.
That's definitely something that needed fucking attention.
Yeah, it's like, geez, man. No, please, God, no.
That's what this whole photo looks like. Here, I'm gonna force this ukulele. I mean, half the people. The guy in the Broncos hat with the. I said hat.
Yeah. He's looking down. I was like,
he's looking down at this fucking thing. Like, why?
Can I kill myself with this?
I'm on a flight with the fucking ukulele, and everybody around me has one.
He's looking down, considering how he can use it to kill himself.
If this is a promotional thing, Southwest Airlines is just the dumbest motherfuckers on the face.
You got Joe Biden 3 seats back.
Seeing where they were going, I could see that they were trying to match the theme because they're going to Hawaii, and they got the Hawaiian shirt print on all of the cases for the ukuleles.
Okay, can I just
bet you? I'm gonna bet you that at least 98% of those ukuleles stayed on the fucking plane.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Look how happy they are.
I'm just, listen, not to make this a race thing. I swear to God, I'm not trying. But if you look at this picture.
Great start to that sentence, but okay.
Not to make this a race thing. However.
Look at this fucking picture. Mm-hmm. There are exactly 4 fucking people in this picture that are not smiling, and every single one of them are a person of color. I identify with those people because all these white people back here, honky ass looking motherfuckers that are like.
Well, there's only like 4 people of color. No. You've got this guy over here who's considering killing himself. On the bottom left,
so keep going.
On the side, you got this black dude with the mask. Looks like he's like, fuck yeah.
120 subs gone, but keep going.
On the left, she with the mask and the bun at the top is like, I don't understand what this is. And you have if you go far back in the middle, you got Garguts prepping his ukulele, and he's smiling.
This one here, the one standing up looking like the fucking goddamn, the woman off of fucking goddamn, what's that fucking nut show?
Woman fucking goddamn, one fucking goddamn.
Looks like she's gonna hit fucking Ichiro Suzuki on top of the fucking head. Fucking ukulele.
All I'm saying is, like, the four people of color that are up in the front, surrounded by all those like happy ass white people. I identify with you. I'm with you. Like,
I mean, if you look back here on the back left, there's 2 Asian people, one in front of the other, and they don't give a flying fuck about ukuleles.
Like, I'm talking. Okay, so like you have what 3 people who are black, and then you have the one Hispanic guy in the Broncos hat. And then
you're assuming he's a Hispanic. He doesn't look Hispanic to me.
JP's on the wing.
I see him right now because everybody's head's in the way.
JP's on the wing.
Yeah, basement. Pull it up.
Who are you looking at? I don't understand.
Broncos hat. I'm trying to figure
Broncos hat. He looks like he makes good Hispanic, pizza. Right?
What?
I mean, he has the same necklace as the girl behind him.
They're going to Honolulu.
They're going to Honolulu.
Yeah. That is not a Honolulu necklace.
Yes, it is.
Okay, is that just me, or does that kind of like from the side?
Wait. What place gives you the necklace of where you're going before you get on the plane?
Hawaii always.
Hawaii.
Hawaii always does. They
get on the plane and then
hey, I got it when I got off.
Massachusetts.
No. This guy with the mask over here has the anal beads one too. I can see it.
Massachusetts.
Give you the fucking smaller lay when you get on the plane, and then they give you the big lay when you get off the plane.
That's not a lay. That's anal beads.
I was gonna say Massachusetts is the same thing, but they're DUIs.
It's supposed to be symbolizing volcanic rock.
Yeah.
Symbolize it right up my ass.
Which is where we wish this plane was going into.
We're gonna crash into a volcano. Everybody get your ukulele out.
Aloha.
I think my favorite of this photo is this old man with the one hand on the ukulele. His whole face looks like what I would think a hard fart
He's
is.
half in the grave. He's half in the grave. Let's just call it.
Oh my god, I see it.
He's got a hard fart face.
Yep.
She saw a spider in her room.
Yep. She did.
Yep, he sure did.
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. The guy way in the back on the top right. What is that? Like he almost
That's Mr. Bean.
Yeah. Looks like Hey Arnold.
Okay, but listen,
he has had a full you had a quarter of a foot fruit by the foot, right?
Yeah, he's had everything under the sun.
He had the full foot.
okay, but is it just me or does he looks like he's like fucking photo planted in there, and the flight the flight attendant that's standing up, she looks like she doesn't belong there.
She doesn't.
There's certain aspects of this picture I hate. Most of it.
Literally, it looks like they were photoshopped in there. Is what I'm saying.
I'm still going with okay. Who's your favorite, Connor? Mine's old man farting.
Yeah, old man's up there for me. I think
him and fucking the guy with the Broncos hat is pretty good.
Although there's one that looks like I can't tell if it's a woman or a man. Unfortunately, that's gonna get me in trouble. But the woman who's like the person who's like on the left hand side, it looks like they're holding up the ukulele, like please save this.
Oh yeah, with the blonde hair or whatever. I think that.
Yeah.
Where?
Ukuleles and kids first.
Yep.
Oh, get it.
I like the Asian person with the mask in the middle on the left side that just like looks like they have dead eyes.
What?
Wearing a black mask, and they literally have that look of like "fucking kill me" right now.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep.
I also feel like the black dude on the right is just like, yeah, I guess for the photo.
Yeah, he's like,
This right now, and I've only seen his videos on Facebook. I haven't seen him on YouTube. But the black guy here is right in the front there. He looks like the guy who does the videos called Mac Does It.
I don't think I know.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to agree with you.
He also looks like he could be a murderer. Look at his eyes.
Look at all their eyes.
There's a couple of them on here that look like they seriously have murderer eyes.
Not old man farting.
There's a couple of them. There's a couple of them that look high as fuck. That's all I got.
You also got the super happy white girl on the far right.
Yeah, or on the far left over here, this crinkly white guy with the hat on.
The guy with the white mask looks like he's killed a couple people. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can agree there.
All right, well that's all from the ukulele part of the world. There's
I don't think I got anything else on.
Only one last thing to talk about.
God damn it! No.
It's just, and I hope this is the right image. It's the Last of Us trailer came out, and that's something that is close to myself, Gina, and Heather. I don't think you've played the games, Connor.
No, I did not.
And JP, what did you think of
I'm familiar with it though.
What did you think of the trailer?
Of what?
The Last of Us.
I haven't seen it. Sorry.
All right. Well then, goodbye.
I'm sorry. I just haven't had a chance to watch it. Heather.
Okay. Gina, what did you think of the...
I'm watching it real fast right now.
Okay. I like who they have to play Joel. I think that is fucking phenomenal. Or not Joel. The Joel. God, what am I talking about? Yeah.
You're right.
It's Joel. I sorry, I got it fucking confused with Nathan for some odd reason because Connor brought up. Never mind.
What? You didn't do shit.
God damn you, Connor!
All over the fucking place. I'm gonna blame Connor. But anyways, you didn't do anything, Connor.
You did everything.
But I did 100% everything. I tried to blame it on somebody else and it didn't work out. But anyway, I love who they have to play Joel. I'm not too fond of the girl that they have to play Ellie because I don't think that she looks very much like Ellie. I know, obviously, I know it's a fucking video game character, and you can't get it to look exactly like that person. But I just felt like they could have done some more in makeup or something to make her look a little bit more like Ellie.
It looks pretty awesome. I'm watching it right now.
But the trailer itself, like the game, like not the game, the fucking movie action and stuff. Shut up.
So this is going to be a
I didn't
series.
do it.
Yes,
But like
it's gonna be
action
HBO
and stuff,
series.
it looked like it paired up pretty well with the game, so I'm excited for that.
So I feel like they did a.
Oh yes,
You see the trailer for this?
I think they
Heather?
did a
haven't-
relatively.
I haven't yet.
They did a relatively good job with everything that I'll say. My biggest worry about the show is I'm with you with Ellie. It's like it's hard to get like the character in a trailer. However, I can't help but like make the correlation to her character in Game of Thrones, and that is the exact opposite of Ellie.
Yeah.
Not the exact opposite, but it's a far removed. Like she was Lyanna Mormont. She was the young girl.
Oh, the young
Yeah.
queen. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, they got
like,
Mando.
yeah, Mando for sure.
Yeah, Mando is perfect.
Other than that, the casting in my mind is spot on. I think the casting is great, except for her. But I don't know. She might surprise. I haven't seen her enough in like something like she can act, and I'll give her that. It just can't. I'm gonna need to see the show to see. I need to see the side of her that is the exact opposite of Lyanna Mormont. So that's that, and I also feel like I'm on the fence for how the world looks in the game. It looks good, but too almost. I'm worried that it won't be lived in enough, or look like it's lived in enough to make it make sense. But I think the casting is great, and I thought the trailer was pretty good. Gives me hope. I love the people that are involved in this, so I expect it to be good.
It looks pretty fucking solid from what I see.
Yeah, they from what I've seen in the trailer. From what I've seen in the trailer, it looks pretty good. I felt like I was getting sucked right back into the game with it. So
Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I will watch it though. I actually watched the game movie for this, not when you guys played it, but I've watched the game movie with no
commentary.
Yeah, all
commentary.
of the like gameplay probably removed or semi removed. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
it's a
like
lot of
all-
story. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I was looking forward to. And I'm not a zombie person. I'm not a zombie apocalypse person guy, but this kind of intrigued me.
It's an intriguing twist on the whole zombie apocalypse type deal.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna do well regardless. I don't think like I mean the way I look at it is like kind of the way I look at Deadpool. I think it's gonna be a 7 at bare minimum. In
I think
terms
it's
of
fair.
like and it's the one thing I'd love to see is something that was a video game that's being taken seriously on the main screen or on like television. Yeah, like I'm tired of like the thing is for me I've said this before. Marvel adapted comic books and made a fucking boatload of money. The next real property is video games. They are so ripe for the picking that there is so much you could do with them. Like you make a God of War and you do it right. You're rich as fuck. You do an Uncharted, you do it right, rich as fuck. Like Resident Evil, do it right.
Super Smash Brothers.
No, those are. I mean, I think the Mario movie will do very well because they finally decided to do it as like a 3D animation fucking movie.
Yeah.
And
what I'm saying is, I think they have the formula to be able to do something like that and fucking make
bank. Yeah, like I'll tell you right now, like video games turned into movies or TV shows is realistically going to be the next step to film dying. Like original film, it's
great positive spin there, basement.
The original film is going to be out the window because it's all going to be adaptations of current things that I mean I was down for the MCU. Now it's getting a bit long in the tooth, but I would say the same thing. Like video games, I'm down for. They've been done so wrong. Yeah. There's been so many adaptations that have been fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. With this, as long as it's fucking better than the Uncharted movie, that's all.
It will be okay. First of all, there's no
And
way.
Uncharted should have been a fucking series instead of a movie to begin with.
I agree, and the casting was terrible. Like everything, as soon as the casting was announced, we were like, I mean, at least in this, the only question mark for me is Ellie. The problem with that is she is literally the most important character in the game.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest worry. But that's really all we have for tonight. The little extras that I had.
I don't have anything. Just all I can say, I haven't. We tried talking about this last week, but the Young Bucks, and I just want to say this real quick: the Young Bucks, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, the Elite, all of the Elite. Even though there's a couple there that are still on fucking TV and shouldn't be. Thank you for proving me right. Y'all are a bunch of fucking clowns.
I think like though AEW's numbers have like grown, I personally think AEW is at the start of being in trouble.
They fell off this week. Like they're back under 1 million again.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I think this is the start of
their downfall.
Maybe not their downfall, but a definite decline.
I don't think. Well, too, and this ties in with fucking HBO Max and all that shit. It's a Time Warner company, which is owned by Warner Brothers. I mean, that whole thing, they aren't going to get as big of a deal as they thought they were going to get. Now what are they going to do?
I mean, I see AEW turning into like a Ring of Honor, turning into like another one of the promotions that are like subpar or like not. They might be great, but they just don't have like the oomph that WWE has. This like that whole moment of CM Punk exploding and like the EVPs being put on blast is that moment where they will never compete with WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Like, yeah, they might do certain numbers, but the competition for WWE has left the building.
Well, and not only that, but they're at a significant downfall, I guess you would say, because downfall. What the fuck word am I? Not balanced with WWE is basically what I'm saying. I can't
disadvantage.
Listen, strip that I took earlier is starting to kick in, and it's
there we go.
But anyways, what I'm saying is they're at a disadvantage. That was the word that I was looking for. Because WWE is starting to have an incline again.
This is the thing.
The worst thing that AEW could have had happen was Vince McMahon leaving, because that was.
But it proves the point that
so hard. Yeah,
AEW could beat or could at least try to compete with WWE when WWE was directionless and terrible. So as soon as like things start to pick up for WWE, AEW is left in the dust immediately. Exactly. Like in my mind, and the fact that they've had their own internal problems, which was like okay, like, it was foretold. like Jesus, man! As soon as you make a bunch of like these guys that have no experience running a company as the people that are running the company, but also participating in matches, you knew it was going to be a problem.
But it also shows how shitty of people they really are.
Well, I'll also say like they hired a bunch of people that were like, "Hey, we're kind of indie stars. You're giving us a one-up. You're giving us a chance." How fast did that turn? To be you're out the window. We've got Keith Lee. We've got Alistair. We got a bunch of ex-WWE guys. You're replaced immediately because they'll bring fans.
Alistair Black is no longer with them.
Actually,
I heard that he is still.
I heard he is. I heard he has to go back after.
They refused his release.
Nope, they gave him release.
He tweeted out himself that.
I thought he tweeted out the other day that he was.
I think he's going back. I think he's going back, but here's the thing that fucking baffled me anyways. A lot of these people leave WWE, and they sign like 5-year deals with AEW. Is a ridiculous amount of time.
Yes,
Like,
it
I
is.
don't understand anybody that's going to sign a 5-year deal with any of these wrestling companies because, at a drop of the hat, they become fucking obsolete. So, I never got that. Unless you're like signing a deal like Moxley, where you're gonna get paid out the ass and whatever.
Yeah.
The whole thing is is a nightmare with the EVPs and Punk and everything. But I might have mentioned this before, and since this all happened, this is a crucial point for AEW, and we've said this before too. Anytime you have a company that's going to start to go head to head with WWE or attempt to go head to head with WWE in any way, shape, or form, the moment you start thinking that you are going to be bigger and better than them, you are already on your way to fail.
There is no room for error.
If you focus on yourself, if you focus on your company, you focus on what you're doing, then you will be successful. But the moment you start like branching out in the sense of like, we're going to take shots, we're going to do this, it's going to blow up in your face. The whole Tony Khan thing is a fucking disaster. I shouldn't say Tony Khan. The CM Punk EVP thing is a fucking disaster.
I can tell you, as soon as I saw like the frequency of shot taking against WWE, like during the Vince McMahon time,
yeah,
and the blatantness with it, I was like, I don't really care.
It's fine.
I don't care for it
because
it's like it's like all you come off as is like you're trying to be a
petty.
bully. You're trying to be a bully, but you're like trying to bully the biggest guy in the yard for some reason.
Yeah, it's stupid. So the only reason I say that I actually am glad that this happened with the EVPs and Punk is because if any good comes out of this, it will showcase and strengthen Tony Khan's resolve as a boss and hopefully make him step up.
I don't have any faith in him.
I'm saying I'm hoping. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I don't, based off of the little movement that has happened in the short amount of time, I'm right there with you. However, this is hopefully going to make things, well, one would think this would make things change. If it doesn't, you're going to start to see the tide turn right back the other way, which sucks because, for me personally, love or hate AEW, it's a place for guys and gals to get a paycheck and to ply their craft outside of WWE, which is a plus.
I also feel like
I'm all in favor of that, but if it's run like this, it's like fucking forget it.
I also feel like having like competition that is a bit above like the mundane is good for everybody. But yeah, it's not looking good.
All I'm honestly seeing about him is he just recently went on 5 days ago, and I have not seen anything that says that Malachi Black or Aleister Black wanted out of his contract. He even went live on Instagram and talked about all the things why he's shutting things down, how his contract was not 5 years long, says the dirt sheets don't care about anyone's mental health.
I personally don't give a flying dick about him, to be honest.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Okay, so I just read this article, and this person brings up a good point, because we don't know where Aleister Black is, or Malachi Black, whoever you want to refer to him as. We don't know if he's going back to AEW. What if these White Rabbit things are actually leading to him?
It's
possible. It's possible, but it seems too soon. It seems too soon, but it is possible. I wouldn't be against it, I'm going to say. But I almost feel like...
Wyatt, he would be really the only person that I would think would make sense.
My problem with what the clause overlay would be in terms of that, like how quickly he would get out versus,
Right.
My problem with Aleister Black too, he's always been more presentation than substance. I like him in ring, and his entrance was good. But other than that, he's flatline for me.
The best entrance, and I realized that his entrance was pretty much the same the entire time. But there was this one pay-per-view that they did for NXT
Basement. With his candles?
Remember where they had all the candles lit, and then
like,
they had the smoke come up, and his coffin was actually raised up. whatever, and then they had the fire when he came out. Yeah, that was because they had the band playing, like his band.
Yeah.
For his theme song.
His
That was the best entrance that he had. I realized it was pretty much the same, but dulled down
But
every
you
other
know
time.
what? Like the thing that's amazing about that entrance too, it didn't cost a lot to do. You got a bunch of you got a smoke machine which you already have for the fucking show. You got a couple candles, you put them up, and you put up like a thing that elevates him to standing. That's literally it. Like Triple H did wonders with a lower budget on NXT for entrances that were immediately thrown away by Vince McMahon. It's
But
like,
honestly, I think
God damn.
I don't even think that it was a machine that raised him all the way up. Because if I remember correctly, wasn't there people behind that actually lifted the coffin up slowly to a standing position?
Yes, could be, but that's what I mean. You could use a fucking pneumatic machine, or you could just use people.
Yeah.
Whichever way, it's cheap.
Yeah.
He operated within a certain budget and made like mountains out of molehills, and I do like I don't like the like WrestleMania and now time for the performance on stage. That is shit. Get rid of that and replace it with. No, I was gonna say replace it with if somebody has like a song done by people, replace their entrance with that happening. Make it part of the show instead of like a piss break.
Agreed.
Yeah, that, and I think that they need to go not even necessarily rock music, but they definitely need to get away from the fucking pop music.
Oh God, please.
Because you think wrestling and you think whether they want us to or not, you automatically think like roughing around, rough house and stuff like that. Pop music is not rough house music. Like you play some fucking rock.
Well, I'd love to see like Roman Reigns, the people that made his song, fucking do it on stage. That's a song that is not rock. And then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, who should at WrestleMania have the fucking violinist again, because that was incredible.
Agreed.
Like this is where you should use that type of talent. Please don't break up the show for fucking Machine Gun Kelly to play or fucking The Weeknd or Bad Bunny, because I don't give a fucking flying shit. People aren't there to watch random pop stars. They're there to watch wrestling. Incorporate it or fuck off.
Yeah, I don't want to hear "Give Me the Green Light" or any of that other fucking shit over and over again while they're on stage. Bad Bunny, I love Bad Bunny's music at home, but like,
it's bad enough
or something. But like when I can't understand what he's saying,
it's bad enough with the.
We're in a location that was highly Puerto Rican, so I understand, but.
It's bad enough for like when they're like the song of the show is "Give Me the Green Light." We're gonna play it every second we have, and then the show is in the middle of the fucking event is gonna be that song. It's like, man, if I listen to this one more time, I think I might kill my family.
Yeah, see, this is why I never took into entrances. A lot of them never had songs that came out to. At all, they just walk to the fucking ring.
I don't like that. If wrestling did that, wrestling would be dead.
So they made it more. I don't mind the entrances, but when it just becomes overproduced, fucking shit.
I get the overproduced, but I feel like you have to have a certain level of pomp in wrestling for things to matter. I would say like there's a lot of characters out there that wouldn't have their value if their entrance was stripped from them. But I'll also say a character that needs an entrance to be important shouldn't be a character at all. Like they should all be able to wrestle in the ring, and to an extent, all be able to talk on the mic. I feel like the last thing you should focus on is the entrance to give them that extra oomph.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
that's all I'm getting at.
And I feel like wrestling lost its way and went entrance first and everything else later.
Yep.
Aleister Black was an entrance and an in-ring and terrible on the mic, or nothing on the mic. He was just non-existent.
Yeah, nothing on the mic.
Yeah.
See that, but that was why he was great in NXT when he was paired up with Zelina Vega.
Mm-hmm.
She was his mic.
And I feel like you could do that again. And if you got a mouthpiece, that is 100% fine. Mm-hmm. For me, you don't need to talk on like a mouthpiece fixes that problem, and I feel like in his case it would be perfect. Just like Paul Heyman, really fucking. I think Paul Heyman is one of the biggest reasons why Roman Reigns is so good.
Yes.
He got to work so closely with him and evolve in the thing that he was lacking the most. I mean, he is pretty good on the mic, Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But I think he was terrible for a while there.
If they only had him say one or two sentences while he was part of the Shield, he did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But when they had him start doing those longer promos,
I'll give a lot of respect to Roman Reigns.
Bailey's gotten better too.
Roman Reigns might have been given like the golden fucking chalice or whatever, but like he worked hard to become that guy. So
he did, and not only in ring, but I mean the guy was fighting fucking cancer while he was wrestling for a little while there. Obviously, he had to take his time.
He deserves his spot at the top 100%. I don't think anybody could really like refute that.
No. But I am getting tired of his run. It needs to end.
Yeah, it will. It will end. I think he'll drop the belt at WrestleMania. Is where I think it's gonna happen.
I don't want him to drop.
It's gonna. He's not gonna drop it on fucking
The Rock. Anyway,
please God no. But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. We have talked everything to death, and
fumes at this point.
Yeah.
Check us out on YouTube, obviously, youtube.com/hornygoat. Check us out on your favorite podcast network. We will be back probably Monday, as we it took 3 weeks, but we're gonna get to reviewing Hawkeye over on the Marvel Roundtable, and then some other shenanigans and stuff in between. So make sure you guys stick around, subscribe, check us out on your favorite podcast platform, and Heather, JP, Gina, Basement, any last minute things before we wrap it up?
Nope. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for the subs. Let's try to get to 1,000.
We better do Hawkeye on Monday or
what?
I don't know.
Are you leading it? Wait, Basement, are you going to lead it?
What?
The roundtable?
Sure. Fuck it.
Fucking yeah. I'm so excited for it. If we hit 1,000 subscribers here on the channel, JP will eat one of those like really hot chips.
That's not happening.
Anally.
Damn, fine. We'll talk about it. But anyway,
I'll eat a real hot chip. I love hotness.
Oh, you cannot.
Why?
Because
I love hot.
blood pressure is not gonna fucking like that shit.
Maybe Gina should have an entire fruit by the foot and then have it.
Listen. The last time that we made bets like this, Basement ended up in the fucking hospital. So let's not do that.
Let's do it again for the first time.
I just drank pickle juice last night, actually.
I love hot, so I will eat a hot chip.
I love hot. That's a famous last words.
I love hot.
Everybody. We'll see you for Marvel Roundtable.
Au revoir, bitches.